don't know. Let me check. Do I have
One
okay?
maybe.
Yeah, no. I still have the yeah. No, the ointment's working well for my foot fungus, so I think we're live. Oh, right, crap. We're
Oh,
live.
classic.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Vaccine. If you can't tell, we have a guest with us. This is Bob. I'm sorry, I do not remember your Twitter handle, but I believe it should be on the overlay, right, Scotty?
Ever
Sweet.
that may be.
I think it's under our names. Quick recap for what the heck was going on 2 weeks ago. The crew is in the virtual world, which is effectively the internet. It's a collection of demi-planes created by wizards and game developers and programmers. You are under the settlement of Phase City, within these strange tunnels where the walls look to be made of like the shiny rainbow parts of a CPU. And while down here, you encountered 2 gun rexes, which are T-Rexes with big fucking guns strapped to their backs, and killed them by turning one into a duck and throwing it at the other one. That is
Teamwork.
It was a chicken.
Chicken.
somehow worse.
So beautiful, she's choking up on it.
A single tear rolls down your face.
I'm dying. Don't make fun of me.
That's later.
That was Hertz's last words.
I don't think Hertz ever died. Anyway, campaign 1 stuff.
Go on, I'm sorry.
I meant like as a PC,
Yeah. No, she didn't.
even though Visca always had Revivify prepared. Anywho, you guys, while exploring this area, you did split off from the Knights of the Grid, who had been sort of working with you. And they returned to the city to, well, it looks like more of these gun rexes had been loosed in the city. You encountered a woman calling herself Ava Thompson. And she explained that she is something of a computer whiz and was down here tracking the signal that you guys are, and that she is looking to try and get access to whoever this individual is, their computer, because they clearly have some pretty baller tech. Unsurprisingly, some of you were super convinced that this person was super shady and not to be trusted. And also very, very envious of the ring of invisibility that she mentioned that she's wearing.
Who is that again?
Hold
I don't remember.
Who would that be?
No idea who that was, especially considering because you guys couldn't figure it out.
I couldn't see what
well.
I can't see what the issue is.
Forcibly.
Ring of invisibility. There's no issue to see there.
Yeah.
And while Callie and Lyra died a little bit on the inside, you guys spent several minutes trying to figure out what could have happened to this ring, because clearly we're all friends here. We wouldn't steal from each other.
Exactly.
And you guys found yourselves at the opening right before entering a large room. Before entering this room, Bark was kind enough to cast invisibility on your friend Ava. And all of you entered the room, which you later learned is the lab of an individual known as the Chemist. He is a blonde human man in like a white shirt and tie and wearing latex gloves that you realized was he was standing over and working on or operating on the body of a Cyblight, which you guys have encountered before, the corpse of one. And you were told that they are incredibly dangerous and not to be played with. While sort of scoping out the rest of this fellow's lab and distracting him, you guys learned that there is programming running on his computer that looks like it could maybe be used to activate some thing, perhaps something in the room.
Cyblight.exe.
Simon had used his scanner ability to find the chemist's username and emailed the professor back home, their patron in the real world, with this username and said, "Hey, do you know this guy?" And the professor's only response was 2 sentences. You need to leave now. And about right after that happened, Simon decided to try and I'm sorry, I just looked at his name and it's fucking Simon Cowbell.
Go on.
Attempted to plug I believe it was some kind of virus or something into his computer.
A keylogger.
There we
That's not how
go.
Keylogger's work, by
A
the way.
goober. Go on.
To which the chemist did not take kindly. And when we get back to them, we will be rolling initiative. But first, zoom out of there, back across the city, or out of the virtual world, through the city, and to the Looper Call, the gigantic, massive tower that is Henshin Command. And into one of the tallest floors of the building, into one of the like pent off corner offices, is a very bland looking half elf, short hair, sort of like light brown, in the traditional Henshin uniform with his colors denoted. And the individual known as Voxhart sitting across from him on the at the desk. Nocturne is sort of like resting his hands on the table, and he says, "So, I have a thing that I need you to deliver." And okay, so I was told not to ask questions about it, which I fucking hate. So I can't ask questions about it. You, however, are a loose cannon that I can't be responsible for. So if you were to ask questions, I would be off the hook, so to say. And he slides it over, and it's pretty simple. It's a small box about yay big, wrapped in like the brown paper. And he says, just yeah, it's wrapped in lead underneath the paper. Yeah, kind of a little bit more squarish, but basically, yeah. He's like, yeah, underneath the paper is a sheet of lead, because apparently they're assholes and wanted to block divination magic. And there was a tiny little tag on it that says Sammi Aura.
Well, it just sounds like they know you this time around.
Yeah, kind of. Anyway, so I've talked with the Sammi girl. She seems fine. Her team is unorthodox and strange, but they seem competent. But I need to know what the hell is going on here. And the higher ups aren't telling me shit, even though I know they know. So I need somebody on the inside that can go be on the run, because if I step out of this office, just as much as I have eyes everywhere, everybody has eyes on me. I'm kind of noticeable, which is funny, because he is the most generic alfalfa you've ever seen in your life. Like super Mr. Smith from The Matrix. So he says, I want you to take this to her, figure out what's in it, help her however you can, and see if you can help her figure out what the shit Project V is.
She knows about Project V?
She knows the name of it. She doesn't know much more. I've told her what I could, which wasn't a lot. I think Romulus told her more. Romulus to be another Henshin.
Mm-hmm.
He was sort of higher up. You know that his dad was pretty high up in the organization, but that he's since fallen away and sort of like mostly retired. He's still on the books, but just barely. He doesn't actually do any jobs, really.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, so I know that she knows some of it, but the details are what she doesn't know. Unfortunately, I can't give too much away. He's sort of looking around, and you've seen that look before. He knows his office is bugged.
Yeah. Of course.
He says, so yeah. Honestly, based on the little bit that I know of this, I'm assuming eventually she is going to find what she's looking for. She's going to find Project V. I just need to make sure she doesn't die before she gets there or in the process of it, because God knows what the hell it's going to be. I don't know. This entire file is redacted except for the fucking name. He like throws it onto the table and it actually slides out, and straight up there is a sheet with blacked out lines all over it and the name Project V at the top and nothing else.
Well,
Yeah.
I know we've been on this for a while. Yeah, I'll do as you say, and I'll find. Do they go by Sammi?
She does go by Sammi. Yeah. Her Henshin form is Solar Lady, so she might respond better to that.
Solar
if she's
Lady.
actually transformed, you should tell the difference. I mean, she glows a little bit when she transforms, so it's kind of obvious. She also, I don't think she has the staff usually when she's just civilian. Her
Solar Lady, I've got it.
Yeah. Other thing, really easy way to find them. Check this out. And he turns his phone around, and the professional basketball player, Barkley, is currently streaming. he is live streaming from basically a dash cam. Everything that you see, and what you're seeing is the Gun Rex fight.
Do we have coordinates on this yet?
He says, yeah, that's the weird thing. They're not on this plane.
I mean,
they're in the virtual world.
Damn it. All right.
Yeah, I'm not sending you to the virtual world because finding them there is going to be a pain in the ass. I'm sending you to where their bodies are. I'm fairly certain they're actually, no, they are definitely jacked in, because that was earlier in the stream that we saw that.
Okay, so
There's
we know
no
from watching
secret
Barkley
in
that
this team whatsoever. Unlike fucking corruption where everything is hush hush top secret. Over here, no,
Bark shares every secret with his 27 million followers.
And everyone else's.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So he says their headquarters, they work for a fellow named the programmer. I think they call him the professor. I think it's Professor Shockner.
Shockner. Yeah, would I have known Shockner at all?
You don't recognize the name, no.
Okay.
He does say that the company though, Apex Solutions. You know that it's one of the like higher end places in the tech district of Neo Rademy.
I used to work for an Apex Solutions IRL, so that's hilarious and horrible at the same time.
Wow, I did not know that. I named that ages ago.
Hilariously horrible? Or horribly hilarious?
Hilarious.
So we'll say smash cut to as you are heading into the you're in the elevator heading up to the top floors of Apex Solutions, where you know like the lobby for this fellow is. You get a ping on your phone.
Mm-hmm.
And it's from Nocturne, and it looks like it is surveillance from one of the like speeding cams on the road about a block or so away from you.
Mm-hmm.
And the timestamp says that it was about 10 minutes ago. And yeah, you're pretty sure those are a shitload of muddies, the sort of low-level generic monsters employed by evil Henshin. Yeah. And they look to be heading into the building that you just entered.
So earthenware grunts.
So I will say that basically, as the elevator dings open, everybody roll initiative.
Oh.
All right.
Luckily, I have extreme speed.
God dang it.
Let's go.
I considered taking that, but I forgot to actually choose my variant feat, so I'm just going to take lucky for the night.
That makes sense.
I chose to take the dangerous path and be like, I'm just going to take as much Retroverse stuff as possible.
Oh, no, that's great. And I honestly did consider taking extreme speed, but I was like, I'm a rider. I'm not a speedster. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. So I'm just going to mark those down here. And how do you normally do your initiative counts? Do you call us by name?
I'm just going to go around by name, yeah, because there's so dang many of you. Bark, when are you?
18.
Sweet. Sammi.
You're
muted.
Maybe?
Oh.
Oh, no.
No, okay, we just couldn't hear you for some reason.
I'm just whispering, I guess. It's 10.
Okay.
Also, Callie, I love the band.
Crypto.
Nat 5.
Hell yeah!
Lyra.
7.
Oh my god, guys.
Single digits club.
Single digits.
Voxhart.
22.
There we go. Simon.
21.
Show offs.
Slow down, guys. Smell the flowers, really. Just enjoy your time.
But Vox
Gotta
is,
go fast.
but Vox is a speed henshin.
And Daiyo.
10.
I want to say Daiyo's initiative is higher than Sammi's, so Daiyo is 10 the greater. Okay, now give me a second while I roll initiative for these bad boys.
All right.
Literally.
It's more than 1.
Anyone else hear combat music start? I'm worried.
I would love to hear combat music start.
Doo-doo-doo-doo. Oh no, the random kid across the street stared at me. We made eye contact. We gotta fight.
We must
Yes.
fight now to the death!
I love it.
I just heard Kevin upstairs yelling at the dog.
Yeah.
Is that the other doggo that I'm hearing?
That's chorizo.
Yeah.
Lots of doggos on this stream.
Hey, bro, you back? And back to bed for him. Oof. Oof.
Bad.
Pretty bad, yeah.
For us.
Whoa.
That was really loud.
Now that's battle music. But I would avoid it. I don't want to get a copyright claim.
Yes, that's.
I didn't realize my pickup was that hot. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you should be fine with those few seconds, but
Yeah, I'm not gonna try and get you struck.
So, Simon.
Hi.
You were just called out for attempting to put something into the chemist's computer. And in that split-second moment of reaction of, oh shit, Sammi cast, or no, not Sammi, Lyra cast invisibility on Sammi.
Thank
Bark
God. I
attempted
didn't think I
to-
did it.
Bark attempted to, did you want to? You can retract it.
Yes, thank you.
Why? Why? I literally can't do anything like that!
And Bark used his last spell slot to attempt to cast a spell on the chemist that did not seem to take effect. Simon, you're standing across the room, maybe about 30 or so feet away from this fellow and in front of his computer. What do you want to do?
I am going to slap the terminal to try and lock it. And then I'm going
Okay.
to
wait,
run up and try and... What?
is that a thing? Like a pinball machine?
No, like if... Just like you mash the keyboard. Have you ever just done that?
You mean like the shift key thing?
Yeah. Like there's a key cord you can hit to just like... It's just 2 buttons.
Windows L.
Yeah. Hey, he knows.
Oh, okay. The shortcut lock. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
right. So
yeah.
so before I leave his terminal, I'm going to lock it. And
Okay.
and then I'm going to run over it. I'm going to try and chain with him.
Okay, go for it.
I don't know why, but I went like archaic, like pinball machine, where just the screen's just like lock instead of tilt.
Okay, 25 to hit number 1.
That's a hit, yeah.
Cool. And a 11 to hit number 2.
Miss.
Cool. All right. Well, number 1. Okay, that's going to be 10 magical bludgeoning, and I'm going to use an after image for my bonus to try one more hit.
Okay.
And how does an 18 sound?
Also a hit.
Cool. So that's going to be another 11.
So 21 total. Nice.
All right. So now I'm 10 feet away at chain length distance and just ready to fuck up a dude.
Yeah, so you run in, start whip him across the face, and his head turns and like you see blood there, but it does not look like Like, you know, you hit him pretty hard, and it does not look like there was much of an effect. And his head sort of turns with the force of it, and then when the after image hit, he flinches again, and he just turns to look at you and gives you the filthiest look. That's your turn. Back in the material world, Voxhart, the elevator dings open, and you look into the lobby of this office building. It's got like a little desk with a computer, like a very retro kind of ugly looking couch, and an open door. And through said open door, you see several muddies.
Yes.
At least in the room right now, it looks to be about maybe 5 between you and that open door.
All right.
It's your turn. What do you want to do?
That's what I'm deciding. So I know I can. I'm positive I can take out at least 2 of them in a single turn. So that's what I'm going to start with.
Go for it.
All right. So what I'd like to do is doors open. I see them there, and they're all huddled around this computer setup.
No, there is the computer. Looks like they're going through the door heading towards something.
Okay.
Based on the layout of what you expect from a building like this, you're assuming they're probably heading further into the office.
Yes.
Potentially probably toward the individual that you're here to protect.
Yes. No, I got that much at least. I was just needing to double check.
Also, the other thing is most muddies are usually sort of formless. They look like just simple humanoids that have like the barest of facial features.
Yes.
These ones sort of have like elongated heads that for a second look almost like a Lunari snout, but are much more compacted and stylized looking.
Yeah. So to that end, just picking off a thing real quick. My apologies. I'm just trying to make sure that I use this correctly. Because this is my first time actually getting to play around as a PC in the system, especially after Test Wave 2. I was just going to double check charge because I would like to use my bonus action to do Beast Drive.
Sure.
And I'm going to take my Recaster out from its belt holster. I'm going to swipe my thumb across the golden emblem that looks like a stag. It seems to activate something inside the microphone, and I place it back into the holster. And that's going to allow me to charge.
Okay.
So I just need to pull up the stat for a elk real quick.
I think that ability thing, like you
so
just
it says
get that, so.
A charge if I move at least 20 feet straight toward a target and then hit it with a ram attack on the same turn. I done goofed that. That's fine. It would allow me to do extra damage, but I don't actually have a ram attack, so that's where I goofed on that. Another time, I'll tweak it.
I will say that you can use like your unarmed strike as the equivalent of a ram, because that's what that's what it is for when a stag does it.
All right, perfect. So that's what I will do then.
Wait, are you trying to charge attack? Because they have a charge attack.
What?
On Roll20 they do anyway. I posted a link.
Okay.
I don't know where they're getting it from. Might be
I
SRD.
think it's a variant rule. The
It's
actual
okay.
charge attack, or no, the elk. Yeah. It's
elk
actual...
has a charge, but the charge applies an ability to a ram attack. So I think you've already clarified. If we're saying that an unarmed attack counts as a ram attack, we're okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So that said, and throwing me off now, I apologize.
Sorry.
I'm not trying to delay.
Oh, we derail all the time. Don't feel bad.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I am proud of my professionalism. Thank you.
Ouch.
It wasn't a thing against you. It's just trying to lift us all up. We're all going to do it.
Especially you, Jesse.
What?
Throwing down.
We're teasing.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, no.
I'm gonna fight y'all.
No, I has taken the piss out of me and my fancy screen tricks.
Oh boy. Okay, cool. So that explains that. All right, cool. So I activate my my charge ability, and then I'm gonna dash, or not use the skill dash. I'm going to move directly toward them, at least 20, if not a full 30 feet, and make my first of 2 unarmed strikes.
Go for it.
All right, cool. I kid you not. I rolled a nat 20.
Yay!
Nice. Yes,
Yes.
we're doing retroverse crits. So the way the
Oh,
retroverse
yes.
crits
Absolutely.
is that when you crit, you roll another d20, and what you roll on the second d20 determines how much damage you do. So go ahead and roll another d20.
Okay, the straight roll is 10.
Okay, so you just do whatever your max damage is for that attack.
Sure. So it's max damage. It's not roll the dice times twice.
No.
I'm just making sure.
I
In
think it
traditional
is
D&D,
times-
it's you. Okay, that's what I'm
Okay.
clarifying.
Yeah.
Max
Okay, cool.
damage, and then if you roll above an 11, you also roll
Twice.
I see.
one more.
Okay. So I just missed it. All right.
Is he doing the D100
Yeah.
too, Scotty?
No.
No. So if that's the case, then I'm going to deal 10 points of thunder damage on top of the fact that with the charge, I had another 2d6 worth of damage. So that's going to be 22 thunder damage. On top of the fact that if the target is a creature, they must succeed a DC 13 strength saving throw or be knocked prone, assuming that they don't instantly burst into pieces.
Yeah, so I will say that because you rolled a nat 20, you can actually hit two of these guys. So I'll say that you hit. Actually, no, this would kill both of them. So muddies have a thing called critical shatter.
Cool.
When you land a critical hit against a muddy, it is killed instantly.
Cool.
And shatters into harmless rocks and pebbles upon impact. So you literally just charge out of this elevator running full force,
Yes.
ram into two of these creatures, just reducing them to rubble, and the other three in the doorway turn to look at you.
All right, cool.
And that's
so that
your
was my first of two
attack.
attacks, though, right? Perfect. So after having done that, I kind of bounce in place for a second and ready my fists. And I get them to pay attention to that and then kick one of them.
Okay.
So that is going to be a 25 to hit.
That's it, yes.
Good. So that's going to be a D6 plus 4. All right, cool. So that's 9 thunder damage.
Okay. That is another one down.
Okay, cool.
Though now you're further in, you do see beyond this door is another open door. It looks like stairs, and it looks like there are a lot more heading that way.
Perfect.
I think that was
my turn.
move and action. Okay.
Yeah, I gotta ask, I'm just curious here. You're going with thunder damage for all your attacks. Do they sound like thunder, or do they sound like something else?
I appreciate you asking. So when he punches and kicks, you hear heavy impacts similar to hoof falls. But there's a sort of electronic reverb that comes off of it, almost as if somebody did a mic drop. So obviously, I would never want to do that to a microphone, but that's the sound it would give.
The power of mic drops.
Yeah, well,
Like
it's the most violent thing I can hear in doing microphone sounds.
Yeah, that's a good picture.
Thank you.
Bark, you went 18, right?
Yes.
Okay, so before you go,
Oh boy.
You turn around and look, and from within the center of that pyramid computer, a strange cylinder rises up, and there are little dots all throughout it, and you see as all three of all the dots on this thing start to crackle with electricity arcing between them, and there is a burst, and it just bursts up against the ceiling, and the entire ceiling is wreathed in electrical energy, seeming like the air in here has been overcharged. Like you feel you can taste the ozone in this room, but at the moment it does nothing. Bark, it is your turn. What do you want to do?
So there's a very obvious machine that caused the lightning to go up into
Yes.
I'm sitting right next to this dude.
You are.
Sitting.
What do you want to do? Maybe not sitting, because he did just attempt to cast a spell. So I'd say that he could have stood up to cast it if you wanted.
Nah,
What do you
he would still be sitting. As his movement, he twirls around 180 off of his seat, and as he does, he's conjuring a orange glowing basketball, and it spins on his index bone finger, and he flicks it towards
The chemist.
Towards whatever the machine is causing electric.
Oh,
stuff.
okay. Go for it.
So, let me check what that is. Oh, not bad, not bad. How's the 22?
That's a hit, yeah.
Okay.
You hit a machine that cannot dodge.
And the second attack was a nat 19, so that one definitely would have hit.
Nice.
So, ooh, okay. 13 plus 11, so 25 magical bludgeoning damage against
Nice. Yeah. So you slam this holographic ball into it, and it sort of bounces back to you. And does it bounce again, or do you summon a different one?
Actually, it would have bounced back because of my feet, but I might make it shatter in the second one. Let me see if I can do that. I don't think I can, because might be a bonus action. I used the bonus action to conjure it.
I don't know.
See, like, Vox is fine not knowing his stuff, because we don't know our stuff either.
I will tell you ahead of time, you probably don't need to. You can see that the first strike on this thing messed it up pretty bad. As soon as you do, the chemist he turns angrily to you. That took so long to make. That was your bonus action, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Anything else you doing?
I invited you in.
Let's see.
Lay
He
down.
probably gets up.
Lay down. Lay down.
You're unmuted.
Don't worry, Reese. I got you. I just get up. I'm just not prone.
Okay.
I get up, knocked down. I get again.
The end of your turn, the Muddies go. There are two of them remaining. They're going to attempt to punch Vox in the face.
Not very bright, are they?
Nope. Nope. And their rolls are garbage. Yeah, they try, and you just effortlessly do the lazy dodge out of the way, and duck, and they have no chance of hitting you. You do hear more commotion upstairs, though, up those stairs, and you see more of them running. Okay. Let's see. Crypto, from where you're standing, you see that computer again. It looks like whoever is invisible and manipulating the computer screen is doing so more quickly now. So you're assuming that's probably Ava, considering... Well, actually, you don't know where Sammi is.
I already knew that Ava was in, because I was talking to her.
Yeah, but that's what she's doing for her turn. Daiyo, you are up.
I mean, doesn't know anything about computers. What the fuck?
Okay, so I was looking at the Cyblight thing.
You were, yeah. So you're pretty close to the professor, or to the chemist as well. Sorry, wrong title.
The thing has an move, right?
It has not, seemingly.
Okay, I
Does it
will.
move?
I will shoot at the chemist. No question asked.
Okay.
Well, first I will use my bonus action to cast Hunter's Mark,
There we go.
and I will then give my Gunslinger bonus because I will use Sharpshooter.
Okay.
17.
That's a hit, yeah.
$32 radiant damage.
Good God Almighty.
I almost rolled max damage though. Second attack.
Go for it.
I will have the bonus now. And that's a natural one.
Oof. Yeah, the
No.
second one, You sort of, as you shoot him, he just turns to look at you angrily, and he puts his hand down on the table. And when he does, the entire table shakes. Like, it does not look like the force of a normal person. And for a second, you flinch, thinking, "Oh shit! Is that fuck? The word slipped my mind. Beastie on the table, gonna sit up."
Yeah.
But it does not. So that's your bonus action. You gonna move at all?
Yeah, I'm going to get away as much as I can.
Okay.
But I will keep them on my side.
Okay. Sammi, you are up. You are invisible. What would you like to do? You're standing right next to Lyra still. You do have, while you're invisible, you have advantage on the first attack that you make. So if you were to make an attack, it would end invisibility, but you'd have advantage on it. Or you could go do something else.
Does that include spell?
If it has an attack roll, yeah.
Sorry. And also, does spiritual weapon do concentration?
No. That's one of the reasons it's baller as shit. But as soon as you cast it, your invisibility will be gone. But I'll say that it would still get advantage because he didn't expect to see a spiritual weapon pop out of nowhere.
Nobody expects my spiritual weapon.
I'm sorry, I have to ask. Could you describe your spiritual weapon?
If you ever seen one of those like dolls with like wings on the end.
God damn it, we had this conversation last time, and I don't think you wrote down what it was. Did you?
It wasn't what Callie said it was. It was a different one that I had in mind. I have a picture.
I saw one at Walmart, and then I took a picture. I forgot to.
It looks sort of like this, but like more sun themed.
Okay, so you have a sky dancer.
Yes!
Okay.
That's what it's called.
It's a sky dancer. Rip it, and then it goes flying in people's.
You let it rip.
Yes.
All right, so I understand. It's not just a sky dancer. It's a sky dancer Beyblade.
Yes.
Okay. See, now I've simplified it to 3 words.
You can kill somebody with that.
Listen, I had a dragonfly. All right, dragonflyers. It was just the boy flavored same thing. So I understand.
So Sammi, go ahead and roll your spell attack with advantage.
I also want to.
Would that be a babe blade?
Attack.
Okay.
I tried.
I'm gonna.
So one of them gets advantage, not both.
Okay.
I love you, Scotty.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do. Yes, I'm gonna do spiritual weapon and also mirror burst. Does mirror burst count as a spell or is it an attack?
Either one will end invisibility.
I know, but because I get 2 attacks.
I don't know. I don't have the Henshin doc open. Or at least not the I really ought to like write down what pages all this shit is on so that I can find it easier.
You know, it doesn't matter. I'll just do one that's like whatever.
Okay.
All right, here we go. So, mirror burst is a
Okay, so it is an action.
Okay. So, but is it an attack?
Or it is yes, it is. It is a melee or melee weapon or ranged weapon attack.
So does it mean I can do it twice? Because I get double.
I'm gonna say no because it says you use it as an action.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so mirror burst is a 24. And
that's a hit. Did you roll with advantage?
Yes.
Okay.
And then spiritual weapon is 19.
Sweet. Both hit. Your deadly accessory does 3d8 now.
Yes. Yes, it does.
And that's why it's an action, not an attack, because that would be a low fate.
That's okay. We already had.
Well, okay, that was previous.
Yeah, I just like to diss on Kevin because it's fun.
Kevin had the bad habit of going Nova and one-shotting bosses.
And people's parents.
Who were the big bad bosses.
Yes.
So it's
Sammy
supposed to be
Sandwich?
the whole denouement of his entire
Mirror
story arc.
Burst is 12, 12 radiant, and
Oh, I forgot that. Yeah. Oh no, it's not his turn. What does that sound?
Then spiritual weapon is 9.
9 damage. Okay.
Yes.
He's not looking very happy. He is like hurt and bleeding. And you're not 100% sure because you're about 30 feet away or so. Those of you who are still standing right next to him or very close to him realize his blood isn't red. It seems like it is shifting colors in the light in here. Sammy moving? That was action and bonus action, right?
Yeah. So I have a question just before I kick your butt because clearly you're doing something here. I would like to know what you are doing.
Stick around and you'll find out. Are you moving at all?
Yes, in front of Lyra.
Okay.
Ding dong idiot.
What's Lyra gonna do? It's her turn.
Lyra's gonna step in front of Sammy and cast Swift Stars at 3rd level.
Ooh.
Because I'm out of 4th and 5th levels.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, please.
Oh no.
6.
Is that a nat 1?
No, it was.
I have another question to ask. I'm sorry. Did you roll your d20 to see what happens when you cast your spell?
13. It's fine. I'm fine.
Okay.
I just lose another spell slot. It's fine. I'm just gonna get another dice. It's cool.
You ever have that moment where you just tell everyone you're fine, but you're not fine?
So that was
Get
an
you a
action.
friend who makes you your own dice.
What? Hang on. Let me look.
Everybody talked at once.
Switch stars is an action, right?
Yeah, it's an action.
Okay. So anything with your bonus action or?
That's what I'm looking at.
I think giving your hype dice is a bonus. I think the highest you can grant is a +2 now.
Is it called hype dice?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm going to.
Well, hype bonus, I guess, because you don't roll a dice anymore. It's just a flat value.
Whatever the kids say these days.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Back in Hertz's days.
It's soup's lit on fleek.
Hello, my fellow kids.
I heard a good shway up in there, so we're in the right place.
Yeah.
I'm going to do nothing. I'm just gonna sit here.
Okay.
I'm not.
Can you at least step behind me so you don't die?
I'm not.
Way to be.
I'm not the universe, but it's crying a free action.
It is. So at the end of Lyra's turn, the chemist turns to you guys, cracks his neck.
Oh no.
And when you guys, those of you who are closest definitely hear a pop when he cracks his neck. And there is a burst of electrical energy and a rush of like air. And where there was a chemist is now a dragon.
dragon?
Is now a
what's he dragging?
A red-scaled, long dragon with glowing blue eyes, and just this maw of blue electricity.
Counter dragon.
That's his action, yeah. And he is just going to roar in Sammi and Lyra's direction.
I'm right next to him, so what happens to me?
Actually, no, he's roaring at Daiyo, because Daiyo is the one who did the most damage. Oh shit, you are right next to him, aren't you?
Yep. Do I go flying?
I would say go ahead and make a dex check to see if you can stay on your feet.
I was about to say, I'm great. I'm great at both. I'm an athlete, so. You know, I said that. I say that. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna roll bad just because I said that. What was it? Acrobatics or athletics?
Yeah, I'll say one or the other.
15.
Okay.
For acrobatics.
You are fine. You do maintain your footing as you sort of like slide away as this large-sized dragon is now filling the room. That's his action.
I'm fine.
He is... No, he's gonna stay where he is for right now. That's the end of his turn. Crypto, there is a dragon in the room that wasn't here before. It's standing where the chemist was. It kind of has its back to you. What do you want to do?
I mean, good news, bigger target.
How do we know it's a real dragon? We're in the internet.
I mean, you don't.
That's always a good sign.
On the internet, nobody knows you're a dragon.
Ava, did you print up or whatever you're gonna do with that footage of other side lights?
Working on it.
Okay, wasn't sure if you were done yet.
Guys, everyone's spamming the dragon emoji. I think we're in trouble.
Please
you actually, I will say, you do see the USB fob that she had has now been taken out of where it was, disappeared again, and you now see stuff on the other screen of this pyramid starting to move around. What do you want to do?
Oh, the rest of them look like they're in trouble, so right back. And I am going to... where did I put it? Here it is. Bonus action, summon my shield gauntlet, pull out my longsword.
I will say, I do think you had your shield gauntlet open.
Oh, did I?
I believe I remember hearing that, because you usually say that before you walk into a boss room. You guys were like, big round room, probably a boss room.
Okay. Good, that saves me a bonus action to summon my arm. So you see, probably Ava would see the electricity like just travel down my cheeks, down my neck, to my shoulder blades. Is just
nice.
As glowy green neon energy arms pop out, and I hand them the longsword. I also hold...
That's bonus action. What are you going to do with your action?
I'm going to run around the machine to his backside.
Okay.
And I'm gonna swing. Question though. So for defense expert at level 7, you get the proficiency with using shields as a weapon. Could I use that alongside my De-Fragger arms and just make the big...
Yeah, I mean, you can, you have 4 arms now, so one of the 4 has the shield. And you can use that as a weapon. Does it say what damage dice it does?
D6 bludgeoning.
Yeah, so you can just have that as one weapon. So you've got a shield in one arm, and then however many weapons you have in the others.
Is there? I think there's a limit to how many weapons you can grab in your turn. Is it 1 per turn?
It's usually 1 per turn.
Okay.
I would say with the arms that you can... I think we said with the arms that you can draw them as a free one, because otherwise they go away really quickly, don't they? How long do they last?
Your proficiency bonus until a higher level.
Yeah, I'll say that first round that you can draw them.
Okay.
Just because it also means that's bookkeeping.
Okay.
So, you would like to blender a dragon's ass. Go for it.
Going for it. That's 7.
That's
plus
a miss.
6, so 13.
That's a miss.
Mm-hmm.
It just sort of deflects off of the hide, and the electricity sort of like reverberates through whatever weapon you hit it with.
Let's go with that was the shield first, as like that slight razor's edge.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a feeling all too familiar to Crypto, and he doesn't like that. That's a 17.
That's a hit.
So that would be with the long sword being held by 2 of his arms. So let's just roll.
So 1d10.
10.
Plus your strength.
Yes, right here. 5. The slashing. Okay. And then you said I could just pull the weapons. Or I just already had all the weapons I was gonna grab. Okay. So I would have a short sword in my real hand.
Remaining one. Okay, go for it.
That is a 19 roll.
Hits.
So that would be 3 damage.
Oh my god. Reese, you need all new dice.
I have 8 pairs of D6s and I grabbed the first one. So guess where this is going? Over there. Sure, I'll go ahead and with that strike use 5 HP to do force damage.
I go.
Mark that.
Oh, sorry, I'm muted. I go. Yeah, Crypto, you got this! As I give you an inspiring hoot, as I use my shiny ability to add +1 to your damage.
Nice. That's so weird.
It's so trivial, but I mean,
I'm helping.
Damage. DM me about that, and I'll see what I can do to work on that.
Okay.
Next D6. What was the force damage?
Was it's 2d6 per 5 for 5 hit for your first 5, and then 1d6 for every 5 thereafter.
Guess we'll see how these go.
Oh, sorry. All allies within 30 feet gain this bonus.
Oh, okay, that's a little better. Yeah.
You guys have +1 to all ability checks, saving throws, and damage rolls.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Right on.
Okay, that would be.
Who gets it?
All allies within 30 feet.
That'd be 9 force.
Okay. He's not looking super great. He's really pissed though. But you can definitely tell you guys are laying into him. That the end of your turn?
Yeah, he's gonna jump back 10 feet.
Okay. So, as a legendary action, everyone in 30 feet, which I believe is everyone. Needs to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
My favorite. No, really, it's my favorite. 21.
Remember?
Aren't you cool, hippy dippy?
Okay, so I was reading up on the shiny. Apparently, I'm supposed to only be able to do it as a bonus action. Would you allow it if I don't bonus action for a next round?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I apologize for that.
That's
probably the only time I roll this high. 25.
Remember that +1.
Oh, it's for saves too.
I believe so. Yep, saving throws. Barkley.
26.
Let's see what Barkley got. With that bonus, 9.
Okay, so Bark fails. Sammi.
4.
Yay! Single-digit squad.
Woo!
What was Crypto's con save?
25, and then the plus the 1.
You're fine. You pass.
The
Lyra.
only time I'll roll that high.
Can you elect not to use that bonus?
Why?
I think it's just there.
Do you want to fail it?
No, I didn't. No, I had a 21 native. Like I didn't need to use it. I'm sorry.
I think he's asking, is it gone?
No, it's until the beginning of my turn.
Oh, great.
You have plus one on all.
For
You have plus one on all those things.
Swell.
What was Lyra's con save?
9.
Fail.
Yay.
Daiyo.
13.
Fail. Simon.
I will use my 1 in a million ability to reroll.
Go for it.
Ooh.
Okay, that's better. 17.
That is a pass. Yeah. So, Simon, what was your save?
21.
Okay. So that is pass. So everyone that fails takes 23 damage.
Ow.
Everyone who did not takes 11.
What kind?
This is lightning damage.
I passed my concentration on invisibility.
Okay. So who, if anybody, is below half hit points?
2 more and I will be.
Oh boy. So
Yikes.
Sammi, you fall. You feel that electricity surge through you, and you black out for a second. And when you come to, you are in the the lab with the professor, and we'll get to what you see when it comes to that.
Okay.
Did you say you were at half health or 2 away from being at half health?
Me?
What's your numeric score? What's your numeric score out of what?
Hold on.
For those trying to remember, when you are in the virtual world, when you're jacked in with the machine as they are,
Oh no,
you are
I'm
effectively
good.
playing
I'm
with
sorry.
half hit points.
I'm sorry. I'm good. I have 30.
Okay.
I'm good.
I believe Lyra's the one
Okay.
that said 2 away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm really close. So.
Okay. All right.
Are we all hearing the annoying like dee doo dee doo dee doo?
Yeah. For
Yes.
sure.
That's his legendary action, and the end of the round. Top of it, Simon, you're up. There's a big-ass dragon right in front of you, probably a lot closer than your 10 feet, probably 5 feet from you now.
That's very rude of you. He's gonna he's just gonna stand right there.
Rude of me! You are in my lab!
And while he's rejoindering, Simon is gonna put both hands forward and do a pair of code blasts right in the fucking face. And then he's going to finish up with another commie wave.
Go for it.
So the first hit is a dirty 20.
It's a hit, yeah.
Oh, second hit is a nat 20.
Oh!
Woo! Roll that d20 again.
13 on the die.
So,
That's code
max
blast.
plus roll again.
Okay, so max on a code blast starts with 12.
Okay.
So, and then we're rolling.
And then you roll normal damage on top of that.
So that's 19 for the second blast that critted. And my first blast will be another 6. And he needs to make himself a dex save.
That is a dirty 20.
That passes. So he's going to take half of... he's going to take 5 after the halving.
Okay.
5 more radiant damage. And then for my move action, I'm going to greater warp backwards. So, like away from him.
All right. So let's see. Yeah, that's your turn.
So just visually describing the spectacle, it looks like rips in reality with like little digital static around the edges. And then this great blinding flash of like green-white light comes out from between his hands and just bathes this dragon like a cone. And then he sort of shifts backwards, but his movement is like in scan lines and not all at the same time or in the right order.
Ooh.
Yeah, no, he is he's not too happy with that.
I wouldn't imagine you would be.
Yeah, he can't get to you.
Please add another point of damage for Bark's bonus there.
Oh, yeah. Who is in melee with him? I believe it's just Crypto now and Bark.
Sorry, Bark.
Yeah, he's gonna take a swing at Crypto.
Get out of there.
I did move back 10 feet. Is that?
You did say that. So Bark is the only one.
Sorry, Bark.
Bark!
So he's gonna take a claw attack at Bark with his legendary action. Oh, that's garbage though. Oh, but he has a good to hit. 14 to hit Bark. Misses. You just sort of dodge out of the way as this gigantic dragon claw just embeds in the floor and pulls away, and there's this like dragging line in the cement floor of the place that you're in.
It's dragon, ha.
That was Simon's turn. That was the dragon's legendary action. Voxhart, you're up. You are looking at a big old wave of muddies. What do you want to do?
So let me ask you this about muddies in this case.
Mm-hmm.
If I am the caliber that I am right now, and these guys are, in fact, the cannon fodder that they are, would I be able to attempt using one of my signature moves in an attempt to wipe out a small wave? It doesn't necessarily have to wipe the lot, but more than the single target that most of these do.
Yeah, when you're what's your signature wave? Because some of them are like a
I didn't think I saw any wave options in the book, so I'm asking. I have 2 single target attacks. Could I use one of those in an attempt to wipe out these babbies?
There are some options for.
Then forget AOE. I was going to say anything.
I think there are some. I will say that these guys are pretty weak. You could probably take them out just using your actions. I will say they are kind of crammed into this. At least in this small area, you can hit 2 of them, or the 2 remaining ones that are right in your face.
Okay, yeah, no, I mean, if I have 2 right in my face, I thought I had like a full wave in front of me. All right, yeah, so I'm just going to go with the basic 7 arms. So
the way that where you are, you're looking through a doorway, and you're looking into a longer hallway that looks like it goes into like the equivalent of the fire stairwell. Not like a fire escape, it's not outside the building, but they're going up the stairs. So you see more, but they're not exactly super close to you.
Certainly.
But there are 2 that are in your face and just trying to swing at you hilariously.
Here's one that might work for one of your special moves. For the second line, there's breath. And breath does 15-foot cone.
Mm-hmm. But it doesn't have to be a breath attack, right?
No, that's just for mechanics.
The flavor of it, yeah. I might have to tweak one of these then, because I have one that I can swap out for that later on. But we're in the middle of combat. I'm not going to take time to tweak an attack right now. Yeah, so I'll just go after the ones that are currently in front of me. So I'll do a pair of... let's do a pair of unarmed strikes.
Okay.
All right, cool. I'm going to use one of my luckies.
Go for it.
Cool, because I rolled a 2. That's no good. That's better. So first is a 23.
That's a hit, yeah.
And the second is a 22.
Also a hit, yeah.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to be rolling out... the first hit is going to be 9 in thunder. The other is going to be 5 in thunder.
Okay, both of them go down.
Perfect.
You do see that there are several more running up the stairs, so you can use your movement to head up there as well.
I just want to paint a picture real quick, though. Mm-hmm. So instead of using my fists or trying to do a kick, I actually lean forward and I gore each one of them with the antlers on top of my helmet.
Nice.
And in doing so, these things tend to like fall apart after being destroyed,
yes,
right?
when they're dead, yeah.
All right, cool. So once I gore each of them, they're gonna fall to dust behind me as I push forward through the hallway towards the stairwell, and I'll go my maximum speed after that to get as close as I can to that stairwell.
Okay, I'll say that you are basically right behind them.
All right,
about 5 feet away from them. That the end of your turn?
That was my action. That was my my movement. I don't think I have any bonus actions that are worthwhile in doing right now. So
Okay.
yeah, I think so.
So layer action. The dragon, very pissed off, turns to look at the now burning, unmoving slab on this table, the side light on the table, and just turns to it and says, "Get up," and clenches his hand. And this thing just sort of sits up. And it is gonna use its
No, don't do that. Sit down.
Take his load off.
Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
Yeah, no, it's gonna go after Daiyo,
robot.
because Daiyo was on that side of the table and the nearest to it. So this burn, it is on fire from Simon's commie wave, is going to take a couple of steps toward you and attempt to make a swing attack at you.
They didn't move. I'm sorry.
It did, but not away from you. That's a lot. That's a 23 to hit.
It hits.
For the record, if it was laying there unmoving and failed its dex save against that burn, that would have been 11 points.
Okay.
Also, getting up would be half its move.
You don't know it, but it's it wasn't alive to begin with at that time. That is a big ol' 6 damage to Daiyo. Is this thing? It literally just gets up and punches you across the face.
Oh.
And that's its move. It's its turn. Bark, you're up. The thing on the table, it was burning. It's now still burning, but also walked across the room to punch Daiyo in the face. And there's a dragon in front of you. Looks kind of messed up, surprisingly. What do you want to do?
Okay, that +1 thing's gone now at the beginning of my turn. Just got to keep track of that because there's a lot of us, so each round is long. I spend my full action, and you just see like transparent. Looks like it's almost made of glass, but it's a glowing neon cyan color,
Okay.
and it's raider armor.
Oh, okay.
And that is my action.
Oh, so you summoned armor for yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Requires an action?
It requires an action, and I already used my bonus action somehow beforehand for the +1 thing.
Yeah.
So Barkley attempts a pick, if you know basketball terms, and I just stay there.
Okay.
Basketball, I'm blocking him from moving forward. I'm trying to be in the way.
You're trying to be an aggro.
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't watch much
we're putting it in sports ball terms.
Yeah.
I mean,
Barkley playing the sports ball. You know, he has those 3-pointers for the touchdown.
Yeah.
Dragon turns, looks at the rest of the crew who are further away. Yeah, no, I'm gonna say he's not a fool. He's gonna do that again. Everybody in 30 feet. Technically, I believe Simon is out of it because you teleported 30 feet away, right?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, so you're out. I believe Daiyo is out because you moved your full movement back, right?
Yeah.
Just Bark.
I don't know where did Lyra and Sammi back up?
Just Bark. Just Bark.
I'm sorry. He could roll garbage. So Bark, Crypto, everybody within 30 feet. Bark and Crypto, because Crypto's only 10 feet away. Lyra, how many feet away is she from it?
Well, is Sammi far away? Because I think that they were in the same place, so I don't know if she was.
Did Sammi move or anything from last time he did the woof and the
He moved in front of Lyra, and then Lyra moved in front of her. So
Cool. So you guys are even closer than before. Those of you who are in range, make con saves, please.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Dirty 20.
Nice.
16.
Pass.
9.
Fail. Bark.
13.
Fail. Crypto. That was a 20, right? Okay, so I think 2 fails and 2 successes, was it? Well, you guys know what you had. Yeah, DC is 14. So, those of you who failed take 29 damage, and those of you who passed take 14, as he lets loose another one of those lightning bursts.
Okay, I'm not down. I obviously get under half, but I definitely lost concentration.
Okay.
If that even matters.
I'm also under.
Yep, I'm
almost
going.
at 0 health.
Oh
Sure,
boy!
with Shield Master, the feat wasn't just dexterity saves.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Because that would have been helpful. Just like I passed it, I don't take damage. Oh well.
Yeah, in hindsight, it probably should be that, but in the thing.
Well, this is
that.
this is the Shield Master from the
regular.
regular.
No, I mean like in hindsight, the blast should shock pulse should possibly be a dex save. So, who falls below half? Okay, so the three of you come to looking up in the professor's lab, and we'll get to what you see when it's your turn. That was the end of Bark's turn and a layer action. He's out of layer actions. Actually, no. Makes sense that you guys would see this now. As you guys open your eyes, you are in the professor's lab, all hooked up to these machines that have little tiny needles all into your skin. As soon as you guys are kicked out, the needles eject, so you can sit up freely if you want to. And you guys all see in this room Ruby, the professor's assistant, the red-haired, seemingly human woman, has these big red fiery wings out and is currently fighting muddies, which you guys you've heard of before. You've not actually fought them. You've seen them on like TV and whatnot with various different Henshin activities. She is fighting them with swords, and the professor has a big like the like comical wrench thing that Freeman has in
A crowbar?
Yeah, just beating the shit out but it's the big gigantic wrench thing, trying to attack these muddies. Not the third back one.
Muddy
I
buddies.
have a question.
Yep.
We're out of the virtual world. Do we have full health, or is it like whatever?
I will say
I'm pretty sure we're at what we're at.
it's
to prevent us from dying, which is why we get kicked out at that half health.
Yeah. Yeah, so I will say that you're at what health you are at, yeah.
So I'm at 11?
Hey, you got more than me.
You know?
You got more than me.
Yeah.
These putties have that familiar, like, cracked stone sort of look, but the head is more of elongated into, like, a wolf's face. Sammi, you recognize this. You've seen this image before from a drawing that Soul showed you of the Shadow Henshin Anubis. The one who specifically asked for your head.
Bad it's not Sammi in there anymore.
Yeah. So these things are coming at you. It looks like they're Ruby and the professor are trying to block these things in the doorway from getting to you guys. Muddy's turns. Oh shit! One of them actually, yeah. Two of them actually hit Ruby, and the professor.
How dare they?
One of them does. He sort of takes it and like. It looks like you don't see like a big bruise forming or anything, but it looks like he mostly went with the movement. So he's taken some beatings. You can see that his parts of his face are going bright red and purple. Ruby just looks just infuriated and bloody and also on fire. That's Muddy's turns.
Kat, I have an important question.
Yerp.
Lyra checks her bra.
What?
Is the ring in there?
Priorities.
It is.
Wow.
Man, the internet's weird.
Also, has the universe been keeping track of our invisible friend?
Yes. Her
Great.
turn isn't here yet.
She is visible now, though.
That is exciting.
Oh yeah, because your concentration just dropped.
Oh shit.
Money's turns. There are two on the stairwell that are going to turn around and take a swipe at Voxhart. Yeah, that's garbage. That's a 10 and an even worse.
Sure, no.
Yeah, they're just trying to swing at you, and you just duck down because you're further down on the stairs to them.
They're doing that weird flailing thing because, for whatever reason, even though they have eyes, they can't really see what's ahead of them, almost as if there was a mask. So,
part of the reason is that they're not exceptionally intelligent.
There you go.
Really, really dumb.
Also,
Do they make funny noises? Like
They do.
Like,
They do. Yes.
Are they like? Are they going like this?
Say.
They
That's
make
very
clicks
familiar.
They made like clicks and beeps, I think it is.
To that I have to ask. Did one of them fail miserably at me?
He rolled a 2.
Could I ask the Gridmaster? I'm on a stairwell and somebody flailed at me ineffectually. Can I just like
Yeah,
Olé.
go for it. Roll an attack.
Thank you.
Kick him like this is Sparta. Do it.
You know what? When I roll this attack, what am I adding?
This is just an unarmed attack.
Like a
It's
normal
basic-
unarmed attack?
Yeah.
It's not great. It's only a 12.
It doesn't have a lot of AC. I don't think it has like any AC. Yeah, no, that's a hit.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to whip my antler and my arm in that direction and fling it over the side railing, so that way it goes down however many flights it would be.
Yeah, by the time it hits the second flight of stairs, it is just rubble.
Yes. Yeah, there you go. Sorry.
That's the Muddy's turn.
I bet it sounds like broken crockery in there.
Yeah. On
What a crock.
Ava's turn. Yeah, she is going to continue what she's doing and duck down. So the computer here that she had been working on has that sort of like raised well. It's maybe about a foot or 2 foot off the ground, sort of where all the machinery is inside there. And realizing that, oh fuck, my hand's visible now, she is now ducking down behind that and working on the bottom of the screen. That's her turn. Daiyo, you are up. 3 of your friends have done the familiar now, glitching out of the virtual world and are presumably back in the lab.
Yeah, I will just look at the thing that just punched me in the face, then look at the dragon, and I will just tell him, well, I guess I'm going to join my friends now, so I just kiss you goodbye, and I will kiss my gun. And it will get all frosty because I will add my elemental speciality. And
Okay.
Sharpshoot and Gunslinger, all the combo.
Can I give you inspiration for that?
On the side blade or the dragon?
The dragon.
Okay, go for it.
That's 19 to hit.
Hits.
38, 36, and 39. Okay.
Trying to get this dragon to chill out.
God
Wow, what
damn it.
a cold
33,
cold response.
Ah!
oh man.
29 radiant, and 4 ice damage.
Okay,
And second attack.
go for it.
With puns like that, I'll laugh when hell freezes over.
Ah,
That's 15 to hit.
That is a miss. However, you shoot, and the second shot goes over its head, and for your second, like shit, it ducked. It is fallen. Your first shot killed it. How would you like to kill a goddamn Tesla dragon?
So it will just
suplex.
freeze like an ice statue.
It sort of
the
freezes
shot.
in place. You see the lightning crackling in the eyes start to fade.
And I will kiss the statue.
Oh.
This is
Okay.
beautiful.
Are your lips stuck on it, like Christmas Story?
No,
Daiyo's
I'm
turn.
an Aqua, right?
Sammy,
Yeah.
you are up. You are in the professor's lab. There are a shitload of muddies, not mummies. They're a little too OP for there to be fucking 15 of those guys in this room.
Grab the bandages at their ankles and kick them.
There
Two
are.
questions.
You're.
Am I still chained to the chair?
Oh fuck, you are. I forgot
And
that.
second question, do I
Yep.
remember everything from our time in the internet?
You do.
Kinky.
In 0 minutes.
Stop it. Well, I'm gonna turn to
You saw when he put these things on. If you wanted to make a strength check, you could try to get out of them. You know they're not super tight or anything, and you could potentially do some spell casting with them.
yeah, well, she didn't see him put him on. She doesn't know what the fuck's going on.
You were awake when you put them on.
Sammy was. I'm below that.
Uh-oh.
This would actually not have triggered that. For weird reasons that you'll see later.
Okay.
So you are still Sammy, which is weird, because normally when things are this dire, you are not yourself.
Okay.
But you are still Sammy.
Okay. That's fine then. Alright, then in that case, I am going to, Am I transformed?
Were you Henshin form when you went in?
That's a good question.
I will say that you are transformed, because like a lot of it carries over.
Okay. Okay. Because I would have, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you would have to spend a bonus action to transform.
Ah, my spiritual weapon! God damn it.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's on a different plane, unfortunately.
That's fine. Yeah, she's gonna grab her staff and she's gonna do a mirror burst on the closest one to her.
Okay, so Sammy tries to wiggle around, gets one of her arms low enough to pull the staff up and just mirror burst one of these things. Go for it. Roll your attack.
You just see the spinning ballerina just sitting in the rubble of one of the rec tables, and it just zooms in and turns black and white, and it's just like, when you try your best and you don't succeed.
That's an 11.
That's a hit. Muddies have garbage AC.
Okay. I assume that they don't have 19 points of damage.
No, they cannot survive 19 points of damage.
Yeah. So just.
Yeah.
And it's
so
radiant because sunlight.
Yeah, you nuke one of them. Lyra, you're up. You're also in the professor's. I believe you're in the professor's lab. Yeah, I think Lyra, Sammy, and Bark.
Yeah.
You
Hey,
see
Lyra!
several of these sort of Anubis-headed muddies. You're muted.
You're muted.
I have 2 questions.
Uh-huh.
First question.
Uh-huh.
Did Passion or Soul tell the rest of us that these are Anubis heads? They're the Shadow Henshin? Or just Sammy?
I don't remember. I'm asking the consensus of the party.
I don't think so.
I've never heard about these.
Yeah. Me neither.
It's fucking me up though, because Scotty, you're in the other game. Yeah, so you don't recognize why these.
You didn't mention it in the other game either.
The one had an Anubis helmet, but not.
Yeah,
muddies.
but not the smutty stuff.
No, yeah. So you do not recognize why they have weird Lunari heads.
Nope.
Okay. Second question. Do I know the command word for the ring?
I don't think you do. No.
Damn. Okay.
Is it a phrase? Like you just look at the ring and you go, "Do it," and you just turn
Usually,
invisible.
the way that you would figure that out is either with the spell identified or fucking with it and attuning to it. Which you
Invisibility,
haven't had time to
please.
yet.
Ring in the hand. Will you do what I demand?
Oh.
I like that
Okay.
one.
So that just nullifies what I was gonna do. So,
Sorry.
It's okay. I figured I didn't know anything, so I should have planned better. So I'm going to cast Sharp Tones. I'm so sorry. Oh, never mind. I'm not gonna do that. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Is that
I'm
an
going.
AoE?
You're not tied to the chair. You can get up.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, but it does 3d6 psychic damage to everybody. So that's not gonna work.
That's fine. Do it.
No, I'm gonna kill when she doesn't want to kill people. That's the thing.
What's Lyra doing?
Cast Swift Stars.
Okay, go for it.
Sammy's just walked up to her and she's just like, "Aren't you tired of being nice? Don't you want to just go ape shit?"
Memes everywhere.
Okay, so roll your d20 for your synth stuff.
Need you to draw that, Scotty.
I'll work on it.
I don't think Sammy would be the one to be like, "Aren't you tired of being nice?"
That's
Okay.
what makes it extra funny.
Lunar Night.
Dirty 20 to hit, and
Nice,
I rolled
yeah.
a 6, so it's fine.
Okay.
So, target takes, sorry.
That sounds harmful.
Uh, 7 slashing damage and 2 radiant damage.
Okay. That's weird. That one is out, yeah. And that's only one target, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. That's anything else with your turn, Lyra?
Can I help Sammy out, or is that an action?
I'll say that's an action, but you can move over to her to start helping her.
Okay. I will move over to her then.
Crypto, you're up. There's a dragon frozen in ice in front of you. And sort of peering from behind the computer is Ava, no longer invisible. It looks like you, Daiyo, and Simon Daiyo, Simon, and Ava are the only ones remaining in this chamber alive. As soon as the dragon fell, that Psyblade literally took one step toward Daiyo and then went face first onto the ground and continued to burn.
You just see like one of his hands, just like his spectral hand, just like 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're missing a few. We're missing
Doing
a
a
few.
head count. Oh.
Is everyone all right?
You know, I honestly did not expect that to work.
Okay.
I thought we were all going to have to get jacked out of here. That's why I left the contingency behind. But oh well, I guess this is ours now.
Okay. Ava?
Yeah.
Oh good, she's still got an open terminal.
Whew.
How's that USB going?
It's going great.
You get stuff you wanted as well?
Are you sure he's not going to come out of that, right?
Oh, here. I'm going to go over there and I'm
let
gonna
me
chain
let me
whip it
get
to
let me
shatter
get
it.
this. I got this. And hold laser blast. Just
With your Lunari eyes.
yes. My special eyes.
Nice.
Crypto, what do your Lunari eyes see?
My band.
The like neon green glowing ones.
It's a lion. Get in the car.
As soon as you hit it, the ice sort of cracks and crumbles, and the laser beam continues through it. And it just shatters. And sort of when you look back, you guys look back in time to see the form of that dragon sort of glitching and vanish, as did the form of Bark and Sammy and Lyra.
Oh, we logged out.
See, you said look back in time, and I got really scared.
Wait, we're back?
No. You finished the sentence after that, but you were like, you look back in time, and I'm like, what? And then you're like, to see this, and I'm like,
okay.
I was like, I have time vision now.
Crypto
God,
doesn't
what was
know
in
what
that
he
drink?
wants, so why would he wouldn't be that
Crypto doesn't
surprised?
have that special eye.
That neon pink was really good.
I will say for the remainder of this, we kind of are out of initiative. You guys are 10th level. Muddies are not a threat to you. I will give you guys a round or two to slay these things in whatever spectacular, cool-ass ways you want. But in the meantime, for the moment, in the virtual world, what are Crypto and Simon and Daiyo and Ava doing?
I am going to attempt to open comms back to the professor and let him know that we have secured the area.
It sends, but you don't get a message right away, which surprised you because last time he responded really quickly.
Huh. I'm going to open up my AAN goggles and turn on Bark's feed.
Oh, yeah. No, you see them,
I'm behind the table that I was on, and I'm using it as cover, and you see me with a shredder shotgun, and I'm sitting there, and I used okay, so I can have the 2 hollow weapons at a time.
Yeah.
One hollow weapon's the shredder, the other hollow weapon is a constantly lit bent cigarette.
I love it. Fucking love that. Okay, that's great.
And he's just like, Professor, I think you got a call. And just looking over the table and firing.
Everybody in the dragon room is gonna just see Simon's mask kind of draw backwards a little bit, like he was startled by something.
I do the Terminator one-hand pump action shotgun.
And he's gonna turn to them and go, "We might want to wrap it up here. They might need our assistance back home. There appears to be some kind of an incursion in the office."
We already killed the monster, so
look, if you go on ahead, you're really good with that kind of thing. We'll finish up here.
Wasn't there also monsters back in Phase City?
I mean, there's monsters everywhere, but I mean that's not really the point. There's monsters in our office right now. So
you guys do know that part of the whole reason of why you have the safety that will yank you back when you're below half hit points is that if your body is hurt while you're in there, you run the risk of dying for real. Also, you can't really defend yourself when you're strapped down to a table unconscious.
Of course.
So, what are you guys doing?
I'm going to further assist this lady with trying to hack the chemist's computers, but I strongly suggest that Daiyo maybe log out and go help our friends.
Can I willingly do that?
Give me a second, I'm trying to think. I think that would be an action probably to do that. But you can do that, yeah.
I will.
Either that or you could just go full persona.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I run the risk
cool,
of actually killing myself.
No. I know. I was not sincere.
Yeah, as a glitch hunter, you might do too good of a job.
Yeah.
Considering you did fucking 30 damage at one point.
I mean, I wouldn't use the sharpshooter feat on me.
Don't move.
So at this point, Ava has moved down around to the third screen and has her USB in and is working on different things. Simon, you see all sorts of things of schematics for all different kinds of machinery. You're not entirely sure what they are. It looks like more of that programming that looks very similar to what you saw that you had suspected is what makes the Cyblade run. Mm-hmm. The Cyblade, by the way, is still burning. It is there. It does not glitch out.
Oh.
Seeming to imply that that is native, or at least came in the physical form to the virtual world. She's sort of looking around I honestly gotta say, I'm a little impressed. I expected most of you to die. And I guess now I at least have the freedom to go back and find my ring of invisibility. I was a little concerned how the hell I was going to sneak out past a dragon. I gotta say, I'm a little impressed.
Well, look.
Did she give us her number?
I was going to say.
I think she gave Simon her email.
Yes.
Okay.
Can we get a copy of all that data?
Sure thing. I can send it to your email.
Thanks. And in the meantime, I'll see if we can't come back here later when it's a little quieter.
That makes sense, yeah.
We help you find your little room.
Place is going to be gutted.
Are you still watching the stream, or is it like
Oh, yeah.
minimized or something?
I've got like a window open.
You'll hear Barkley say like, I'm not sure if you're watching the stream, but I'm gonna make sure we try to get your ring back somehow.
Convenient timing.
Just like
Camera cuts to Lyra.
drop kick Callie under the bus.
Lyra stares at the camera.
Like you're in the office.
Well,
just
it's
like,
my glasses,
made
so it's just like me making eye contact with Lyra.
Lyra squeezes as though something somewhere, the Force awakens.
We'll say at this point you probably Sammi is now free and that's probably kicking ass with a shitload of muddies. You actually now see there are a lot of these things. It looked like there might have been 15 or 20 that made it into the building before you guys started carving these things down.
How the heck did these get in here?
The professor's, I do not know. I'm really not okay with it. And he's like sort of takes the wrench and just bashes one of these things in the head with it and just crumbles to dust instantly. He's like, oh, that was nice. He sort of flips it around and goes to swing at the other one. It sort of ducks out of the way.
I can toss him the shotgun. I don't know if he's proficient with it.
You will attempt to catch it, yeah.
But it lasts a minute. And it's not in my hands.
Yeah, he catches it.
Ooh.
Never needs to reload it. It's a +2 shredder.
Did Lyra and Voxhart want to describe how they're the remainder of those in the lab want to describe how they're kicking muddy ass? And I will say at this point, Voxhart, you are able to walk into the lab. You've sort of run through this stairway going up. You came out into another floor, and at first you're like, yes, this is where the action is. And you realize you're in what looks like a gutted floor. There's like those big, heavy industrial floodlights, and it looks completely unfinished and completely useless. And continue up the stairs, and when you make it up the stairs, you come to a open door. The door has actually been broken off the hinges, and a lab filled with people with... Actually, 3 individuals prone in chairs that look like somewhere between, like, some of them look like tattoo chairs, some of them look like that dentist office sort of chair, with wires into them, and then you see an individual you recognize as the Solar Lady, a beat Rye, is that what it's called? Rhythm Rye.
Rhythm Rye.
A woman with long blue hair, right?
I believe a beet rye would have purplish red skin.
Yes, pink skin.
And everything they touch they would stain.
Yeah.
It's almost like I can look at your character arts. How crazy is
that? It's right there.
No, he's saying BEET, like the vegetable.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, I'm just in a really horrible streak tonight.
The Restless basketball player Barkley, whose stream you've probably now seen quite a bit of.
I look like I'm in a Mad Max now I think about it, because I got a bent cigarette, I got Raider armor on, and I would have conjured by now another shredder, so there's 2 shredders.
Literally with no prior handle on things. I just want to make sure I would know who Barkley is at this point, right?
I don't know.
I'm like,
sports ball?
Barkley is.
I don't give a shit about that, but I know what's happening in.
Okay.
I gotta ask the universe. What's my fame level? Like Michael Jordan levels, or what do we like outside of the sport?
You're
people
a
know
prodigy.
me, or
yeah.
Okay.
I mostly troll you when nobody knows who you are.
Yeah, because none of our characters know who he is.
Voxhart has lived in Neo Redemy for a while. He has heard of Barkley. He is a famous basketball player. You have also, you guys don't know this yet, you have also received a small listing of small profiles for each individual in the Solar Ladies party.
Oh, yeah, I had a sense, so I just wanted to make sure before I start doing exactly what this is.
The notes that I sent you are literally the file.
That's what as soon as I get through the door and see who is up, I immediately try to make eye contact with Bark. Cut the beat! You! Keep kicking ass! Solar Lady, come here!
Ow. Damn.
I'm just gonna take charge.
Sorry, folks. I'm gonna have to end the stream for now. I'll see you in a bit. Remember to subscribe to Witch Prime.
Yeah, Simon.
Sure
you see that happen. Some rando dude you've never seen before, some Henshin with big ass antlers on his helmet, roll up in red and green Henshin armor, red and gold Henshin armor, and take charge and bark end the stream.
I'm sorry, am I in some kind of trouble? I did. Were we not supposed to go into the internet?
I come on over. I heavy footfalls. Put a strong hand on your shoulder.
How tall are you?
Oh shit, that's right.
Right.
Sammy's fucking ginormous.
7'5" is what Sammi is.
Oh
Yes.
Jesus! I will.
Her lower shoulder, maybe.
Nocturne did not supply that information. That's not listed on the profile.
No.
And he doesn't look it in the picture.
She does not.
That's weird. Height wouldn't be listed in her vital stats. That's fun.
It wasn't like a full listing. It was like, hey, here's the casting call.
Yeah, it's the back sheet of a trading card. It's fine. I
mean,
Nice.
it has a photo of her. You don't really need her height.
Yes, exactly.
She's she's huge and very intimidating looking until like you actually spend 2 seconds with her.
Yes. Well, I mean, you know what? As a matter of fact, because I'm trying to intimidate these muddies out of here and try to get command on things, I would like to roll an intimidation check on everybody in the room.
Go for it.
All right, an 18's fine.
You're going to jail for stealing those hospital ingredients.
Yeah, Sammy's scared shitless. So.
One of the muddies went to like take a step towards you, and you just hear a crack, and for a second your ear rings before the internals on your helmet sort of negate the ringing a little bit, and you turn, and there is the hollow shredder gun right next to your ear, where the professor has just leaned over and blown the head off of a muddy.
Nice.
I don't think I know who Shockner is beyond just what my notes are. Because that's part of my notes.
You've not actually seen him.
That's fine. So as soon as that goes off next to my head, I'm going to use an elbow as just a reaction.
Okay, go for it.
Thank you. Yeah, an 18 will do it.
Oh God, that poor old man.
Oh, what the hell, dude? You turn
stop
around
that.
and see an elder
Shoot in my ear again.
elderly human man, dark skin, lab coat, big giant poof of white hair, basically shepherd book mixed with like Einstein.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, was that necessary?
You shot in my ear. You can ruin a person's hearing that way.
I figured it was better that than your head be off your shoulders. He sort of ducks as another one comes at you. Meantime, while you're taking charge, what are Virtual World crew doing?
I am thinking it is about time for us to hurry up. Ma'am, about how much longer are you going to be on that?
I mean, I'll have your data probably in another minute, but I was gonna stay here for a while and, you know, actually go through his, just the mechanics of the stuff. Like, the data's great, but this have you seen this computer? Like, goddamn.
Yes.
It even has, like, so there was the well around it, and then there was that, like, little tiny moat of water all the way around the rim of it. She says, I'm pretty sure that moat is grounding it, cutting it off from the rest of the web, making it it's a magical force field around it. It's amazing. Give me a second. I'll get your data. 1 moment. And she goes back to working on it.
Simon is actually, he's really hard into this. Crypto, maybe you want to go help the rest of them? Bach just cut his feed, so I can't see what's going on anymore. But we need to keep one toe with this mission, but I think you might want to go help them out.
Okay, in just a second, and I want to... Can I figure out how to send that Cyblight either A, to hell, or B, to the professor?
So getting him to the professor would be kind of difficult because it's here physically.
Yeah.
You could, however, hack it to pieces. You've actually seen one of these things taken apart before, so you kind of know where like the joints and the machinery is and everything. I'll say you can spend your next couple of rounds of having the arms just shredding this thing to pieces.
You did say it was on
Good enough
fire.
for me, as you see 4
It
short
is also
swords.
on fire.
Whatever. 4 hands, 4 short swords. And just
We're just imagining the like sushi chefs, but with 4 fucking arms.
It's like a Winari Cuisinart.
You're General Grievous. You realize that, right?
I mean, that's definitely not the motif like half the De-Fraggers ever are going for.
Oh.
So just don't ever start a fight with Hello There, or they will fucking murder you.
out of pure instinct.
Don't
Just
have
out of spite.
Don't have a super obvious vulnerable chest cavity.
So I'll say quickly
And
enough, you can reduce the psi blight to scrap metal. The rest of you sort of wrap up.
I would like to check the area for any loot or anything like drops for the team to bring back, because God damn it, when you fight a boss, you should have some epic loot.
Looking around, you don't see much left from this guy, but based on the way that he vanished, you're guessing that it's sort of like how you guys are. When you die, you don't really drop your loot; it goes with you. She does offer before. She does. Do you actually want this, or do you want me to email it to you? Because I can do both.
I mean, I'll take it now since I'm here. I'll help you too if you like.
She actually she hands it to you, and then she like lifts her finger, and there are 2 of them there. She's like, I took the liberty of making 2.
Well, you're a peach. Thank you so much. What was your name again? I'm sorry. In all this battle, I kind of...
Ava Thompson. It was lovely meeting you. And
Simon Skull.
I was going to say fighting with you, but working
next
with
to
you.
A lot. It was wonderful being comrades in arms.
There we go. Yeah.
No, you did not. So listen. I'll talk to you later.
Okay.
And he's gonna sign out.
She winks at you as you go.
I was about to say, how many wink emojis do you send?
Tilde, 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 tilde,
Wow.
tilde, tilde.
Wow. Calm down there, Romeo.
Okay, well,
he's like
that was kind of weird and awkward. I'll see you later, maybe.
Send you an email later.
Poor Crypto.
Is this what the third wheel is?
Do you cut the conversation literally by just a chop noise of you chopping it?
Turn the blade sideways so it starts clanging instead of slicing.
Yeah, there's a very definite like sparking noise if you hit it wrong.
I guess sparks are flying.
Oh, God damn it.
Oh, y'all are in peanut gallery.
Your pun got the golf clap. I think you went for that.
The best one is when you can make Lluis facepalm.
Yeah.
Like, the only one that gets more points than that is when Lluis falls from the chair.
Twice already.
Have goals now.
And
Yeah. So you guys sign off and come to with your the rest of your party wrecking shit in the lab, which, by the way, is fucking trashed. There is literally like it honestly looks like there is a flooring of gravel in this room and a shitload of monies that are fighting with the rest of your friends. There is this other individual that you've never seen before. The professor has a fucking holographic shotgun.
It only lasts a minute.
It's
what in the
probably not been
hell?
that long.
So regular Tuesday, you're saying?
What the hell is it?
I mean, it's
how many more putties are left in the room?
The shotgun, on the side of the shotgun, it clearly has a picture of Barkley, like, winking thumbs up as the logo.
How many more putties are left in the room?
There are, I'll say at this point, probably about 5 left among all of you.
Great! So, as Simon climbs up off of his table, and he calls forth his little light chain, he's actually going to go ahead. He's going to use his codes up for the day, because I think we're about done for a while. He's going to warp jump directly into the center of those muddies. He's going to start chain whipping the shit out of everybody, and I'm going to go whole hog on this. So
go for it.
First attack is going to be a 18 to hit.
Hits.
Okay. And that's 12. Nope, 11 damage. Sorry. I can't add.
Down.
Okay. Second or extra attack is going to be a 17 to hit.
Hits.
Oh, and that's going to be 8 damage.
Down.
Okay, and after image, third attack for bonus. That's shit. 24.
That's the opposite
and
of
8.
That's the opposite of shit.
8 damage.
Hit. Dead.
Damn. All right, cool. Limit break. no, sorry. Higher contrast because we're not done yet, motherfuckers. Reaction time. Shit, hits again. I'm burning up all my code points for this. 9 damage. Limit break. All my points. That's like 3 code points I'm burning. No, nat 19. Fuck it. 4 damage on the die. 9 damage.
Yeah, nat 20.
9 damage.
You got a nat 20.
No, I got a nat 19, but thank you for playing, Hunter.
I feel like the best part there was the background cheering.
Yeah.
That's true love.
Yeah.
I love how discount
Voxhart.
Paul Rudd just went off.
That's the first time you've seen an Apogee in full...
That's my son.
in full form, wrecking shit. And saying, fuck the monk's many attacks.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
Yeah.
so what you're seeing here is like he just appears like in that same code glitchy line scan bullshit, and his chain just starts flying in every direction. It's just whap, 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 whap.
Does your chain pull the solitaire at the end of solitaire where the cards like do the thing, but it's your whip?
Yeah, a little bit. There's very definitely some frame tracing going on there where it's moving in between places. And he's just gonna stand there and like roll the chain around his arm as it stops, and as he finishes striking his pose, all the putties crumble to dust at the same time.
They're sort of like the rest of you are sort of covered in dust. The professor's just like the hollow weapon sort of fades at that point. He's just like dusting off his lab coat, like opening his pockets and then turning them out, and pens and paper and a shitload of dead dust falls out.
Barkley turns his head upside down to shake them all out of his afro.
That was lovely. Ruby sort of turns around to the rest of them. She says, I'm gonna go check the perimeter. She turns to Sammi. Do you trust that one? Pointing at Voxhart.
I've never met this man in my life!
Stranger danger.
When I was trying to intimidate everybody, it was mostly, in honesty, to get you to get down so that way I could still get my hand on your shoulder instead of having to awkwardly like touch your wrist instead to verify. I've been sent by ops. We're going.
Going where? What are you talking
Away from
about?
here. You've been compromised. Thanks
beg your
to
pardon.
certain celebrities.
I don't know.
All
what
right,
you're
where are we
doing.
going?
This is my team.
Yes, I'm not saying that we leave them.
Also, I'm not
Let's
part of
go.
I'm not part of Henshin Command.
She sort of lets the Ruby
go.
sort of lets the fiery wings dissipate, and she says, I'm gonna go check security and make sure the defenses are all up and everything. And honestly, let you guys deal with this. So Voxhart, you know that Sammi is not technically part of Henshin Command,
Yes.
but that there is an old program on the books that heavily concerns her. So technically she doesn't have to listen to you, but she maybe doesn't know that.
Yes, exactly. And that's third reason why I used intimidation. Solar Lady. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Netrider Voxhart.
Hi.
Do you
I've
keep your
been sent here by the higher-ups to keep you safe and alive, because we have some business to attend to, you and I.
Okay, well, I'm not going anywhere without my friends, and I gotta make
Of
sure
course.
that they're okay.
They will
So-
come with us if you all decide to. However, in the meantime, while you decide whether or not I'm going to kill you, spoilers, I am not. Take this. Step
Nice.
one of why I'm
Take
here.
this. The professor had just sort of like sat down on his computer chair and was like, fluffing out his lab coat, sees you hand her a box, and is like, "Ooh, what's in the box?"
It says cherry on it.
What is this?
It was
it cherry
addressed to
flavored?
you specifically, and this is when I will lean in close to her and let her know, and I will say it in whisper, because that is what he would do in this case.
Oh, Reagan here whispers.
Yeah. So both Lyra and Daiyo overhear this because Rye specifically have a thing where they can hear whispers. It's weird.
Big ears. It's not
Oh
just
my
for
God.
sexy.
Hey, Daiyo.
Say it's not just for sexy.
All right.
Hey, Daiyo.
All sex.
I wonder what he's whispering about. Is me talking interrupting that? I wonder.
I'm going to murder you.
Cat,
What?
just tell me a thing, and I'm gonna keep the options really simple here. 1 or A.
So are you sending a letter or a note? Is what you're saying?
Okay, I sent privately in Zoom.
Sorry,
thing.
give me a second. I gotta find it because there's like 8 million things here.
No. But
You're welcome.
No. So, in regards to why I have the package, 1 or A. If you understand my meaning here.
Give me a second. I'm trying. Can you resend what you sent me? Because I'm not seeing it. Because
I didn't send it to you. I sent it to her, and I was trying to save me from having to do a second follow-up. My apologies.
It would be probably it would probably be the second one.
That's what I thought, and
Yeah.
just verifying there.
B.
Okay, so of what I gave you, B.
Yes.
Okay, because I did it out of order for her. So okay, cool. So I'll let her know that. Because I'm going to start introducing secrets to this game. Hooray!
And I will say that you should say that aloud because our viewers don't know what's being said. And also, Lyra and Daiyo would be able to hear that from their racial
Heckin'
traits.
fine.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, it's
This
fine.
is the reveal shit episode.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Oh, yeah. If you guys want
it's-
to take your headphones off for a second.
That even better. It's from Ranger 1.
Okay.
At least that's what someone in my division suggests. And it's his orders for me to protect you, to make sure you're alive, so you and I can figure out what's up with Project V.
Sammy, you remember Ranger 1 is like as high up as it gets. You vaguely remember that there is one higher than that, but it hasn't been filled in forever, so.
Right. Okay.
I know this might be a lot, but this is for you.
It's been a lot since I moved here, so this is just par for the course now. Look, you know what? Let's open it. Let's see what it's in here.
All right.
Oh, you got a present.
I guess so.
Can somebody get me out of this thing? There's
Alright.
needles. I'm not.
Oh yeah, sure. Let me help you. And Barkley gets out of the situation by going to help.
Real quick before we open the box, do we want to take a pee break here? Because I know I kind of have to go. And it seems like a good and interesting moment to break for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me set it up.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You are all right.
We'll be right back.
Be emotionally
After
these
compromised
messages.
in like 10 minutes.
After
it's
these
fine.
messages.
Well,
Hold on,
Daiyo yells at me.
All right. We'll be right back.
Yep,
Okay.
BRB. Hey everybody, welcome back. Last we left off, the crew had just defeated a dragon, which I'll be real with you guys, I did not expect that to happen. I was fully expecting all of you guys to get kicked out. You guys fought a bunch of muddies that had Anubis heads that had invaded the professor's laboratory and were attempting to attack you guys while you laid prone in your jacked in states. Had come out to encounter an individual calling himself, Rider Voxhart.
Netrider Voxhart, yes.
And Sammi was given a box. It's squarish, it's about yay big or so, wrapped in brown paper, like intricately folded, like a Christmas gift. And like you hear something inside shifting, and it does have a little tiny tag with your name on it printed.
I open it. What's in
Okay.
it?
Underneath the first layer of wrapping paper, you sort of pull it off and you see something silver underneath, and you might not recognize it right away, but it is a very, very thin sheet of lead.
All right.
And then underneath it is a very simple wooden box with like one of those little tiny ribbons around under the bottom, so you can easily lift it off.
I'm opening it. What's inside the box?
Inside is
Another box.
a small metal like D6 sort of cube shape that has all this little tiny clockwork mechanisms in it and whatnot, and a little tiny square of metal that is seemingly adorned at all. It's just like all these tiny little ridges and gears and all sorts of little things to it.
So like a puzzle box kind of thing?
Kind of, yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
very, very reminiscent of a puzzle box.
Okay.
If she calls a Cenobite, I'm leaving.
I was gonna say.
To some, we are angels. To others, demons.
We have such sights to show you.
Oh.
Yeah, so you have a little tiny puzzle box within a wooden box. And the professor's sort of like leaning up to try and peer over the box to see. Huh.
It's a puzzle box. Was this supposed
You know how to solve it?
I mean, I can try. I don't know if that's I mean, I guess. Let's try it. Whatever. Let's go.
Okay. When you pick it up, go ahead and roll me an intelligence check.
Okay. No. It's a 3.
Okay. You're sort of like trying to figure it out. And as you're like trying to move parts of it and it's like sort of grinding, clicking, and not really moving, your thumb falls on that little tiny blank square and the box actually like shudders for a second and you almost drop it. And it sort of levitates in your hand, and projected up onto the ceiling is what looks like a map.
Of our planet.
It's not like a map of the planet. It's a map of the general area. You're not 100% sure exactly where it is. I will say all of you, because all of you can see it because it's projected up on the ceiling, can go ahead and make a survival check to try and
I'm actually good at that.
Where this map might be depicting.
Not my best, but I will try. 16, not bad.
22.
Holy shit.
Where is this, Bel Air? 8.
That's an actual place.
Yes, it is.
I also got a 22.
I also got a 22.
Yeah!
The High 22 Club.
Woohoo!
3.
Oh,
Roll
I should mention.
Nat 1.
Oh no.
Still trying to get out of the chair.
He's so distracted by
everyone looked away. Bark looked away as he was pulling the needles out or whatever, and just stabbed me again.
Wow.
Watch what you're doing.
My favorite rider is Double, at least one of them.
So I will say most of you, at least Sammi, Voxhart, and Lyra. I didn't get what Daiyo's and Simon's were.
I got a 23.
I got a 16.
Oh, look at you, Miss Fancy.
Pretty much everybody except Bark and Crypto recognize that.
What's going on over there? We're on the other side of the room.
This is a general map of the area of Neo-Rhyme, except it's the like not the center of the city. It's like off to the side. This is a map depicting Old Rhyme. Old Rhyme. So for history lesson, all of you guys would know this. In thousands of years ago, the city that you live in was known as Automata. And
many different pronunciations, same thing.
400 years ago, during the Machine Wars, the machine overlords basically made Automata their capital. And when the machine wars were over and they were overthrown and all of the machines with intelligences in them were destroyed, the city decided to do away with the name Automata because it brought about painful memories, and named it after a iconic city of rising from the ashes. They named it after the ancient city of Radami, and they named it Neo-Radami. It's sort of a different shift of the name. Well, the old city still kept that name. It was destroyed several thousand years ago, so it's not nearly as big as it once was. So it's not anywhere near the size of Neo-Radami. But it's a decently sized city. And looking at it where you are looking, it's sort of the equivalent of like where the suburbs of Old Radami would be. You guys know that depending on how you travel, that's a couple days to a couple hours worth of travel. I wrote down, did I? Of course it didn't save. Did it not save? Oh no, it did. Okay, there it is. By car, it would probably be like 3 or 4 days to get there. Faster, obviously, by train or plane or whatnot. But it is depicting a place in Old Radami. And it literally has a little X on the spot.
Well, what do you know? X actually does mark.
Oh, there's a Max convention in there in a few weeks.
You know, Professor Jones used to say that never ever worked, but here we are.
What?
Professor Jones over in exoanthropology back at Rosa Gallagher University.
Why would it do you know what this is?
A map?
Well, I got that. I understand that. I got that part.
Mm-hmm.
But I like where is where is this taking us?
The professor's sort of looking at it. He says, I guess we could pull it up with the maps and compare it. Give me a second. He sort of rolls over his chair, except he has to like scoot really hard to get through the dust left by the million buddies to get to his computer. And he's like, oh, this is going to take so long to clean out. Starts typing out the stuff to pull up a map. And based on it takes him a couple of moments to pull it up. So are you guys doing anything in the meantime, or just sort of like watching over his shoulder?
I am going to take myself a little moment to meditate and see if we can gain a short rest. Get my code points back. I will say you guys
can do that,
yeah.
So I guess while he's doing that, my main concern right now is just Solar Lady. So I'm going to continue to try and press. Now, what exactly are you and your team? What are you doing?
Well, you know how there was a giant terrorist kind of thing that exploded half the Earth?
Yes, why are you taking that on?
Because I want to help people. That's my job as a magic girl, right? Helping people, that's what I do.
And you see, so there is no removal of helmet or anything, but based on the over-exaggerated motions that are secondary communication for anybody at Ranger Command while they're in suit, you see him look down and look, and if you're like kneeling down or sitting, he's going to like pat you on the head. That's one of the purest answers I've heard in a long time. And I appreciate that. But why are you doing this without Ranger Command? Or why your team? Especially when you have some sports hooligan and a bunch of these other... Why are you doing this as a group? This seems like a less optimized team than you might have been taught back at the academy.
I
Wait,
never
what?
went to the academy. For a long time, I didn't even think that I was supposed to be a Henshin.
Wouldn't have a recaster if you weren't supposed to have it.
That's what I've been told. But these are my friends. And sort of my only friends. Really. But
Why is that?
that doesn't matter.
No, if I am to protect you and make sure that we get answers on what Project V is, I need to have some more intel. So, tell me.
Oh, when I was little, I didn't really get the. People used to make fun of me a lot because of the way I look. There wasn't a lot of moth people where I come from, and when I disappeared in the middle of high school because of puberty, it didn't really help my chances to make more friends. And then after that, it kind of just didn't happen. So I didn't really have any until these guys. And for why they're not suboptimal at all. They're the most optimal for me, and we've done a lot of good for a lot of different people.
I believe that, which is probably why Nocturne has been keeping an eye on you.
Sammi, you remember Nocturne was the fellow that told you the most that you have ever learned about the Lunar Night.
Hmm.
It was between him and Rhymn were the ones who actually tried to explain what the hell was going on.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's all peachy and all, but I don't know much about him or Ranger Command or any of that, aside from what my friend girlfriend has told me. And I rather just be with people that I know and trust. Even though I know that Ranger Command can be trusted, I'm comfortable with my friends.
You visibly see Voxhart sort of turn his head away when you say Ranger Command can be trusted. And as best as you can understand, he's trying to shake off any visible nature of that once he catches himself do that. Look, I'm not saying that you haven't found a good team. I'm just making sure that you're in a safe situation. You are obviously more precious than you let on, and I think you're more powerful than you believe. So, until you've realized that power, I'm here to make sure that you can flourish, that you can radiate that light.
Do you know anything about this project?
I was hoping you and... Damn you, Scotty. I was hoping between you, myself, and probably your friends, we might be able to get to the bottom of this.
Well, all I know is I'm connected to some sort of person somewhere. And it's cold over there. And she's from 1,000 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And her name is the Lunar Knight. Her code name is the Lunar Knight. Nobody will tell me her real name for some reason.
Let me ask you, how do you feel you are at mental puzzles?
What do you mean by mental puzzles?
She rolled a 3.
Exactly.
So, you've already shared a bit of information, and we can make some educated guesses.
It's true.
So, piecing this together, we know that you just opened a box that showed a map of a place that was destroyed about the same amount of time it existed with the lunar night. Perhaps that might be the way to go about thinking on this.
Do you think she's there?
If she's not, it's just the first step.
Hey guys. You fancy yourself a road trip?
While you say that, the professor sort of leans over. He's like, "Well, funny you should say that about the whole like the city that was destroyed. I think it's leading you to a graveyard." And he sort of turns the monitor, and it has like the definitely not Google Maps image of what looks like a it's just like the contact information for a cemetery.
Oh, I haven't been to
Google
a cemetery.
Maps. It's a great place to go.
I haven't been to a cemetery in 3 years.
What's a road trip?
Oh, you're about to find out. We're gonna make sure the windows down.
The name of the name of the cemetery is Seven Hills Cemetery. And it looks pretty pretty generic and old, and like a lot of this is super cyberpunk setting, so a lot of the ways that they inter their dead are different than ours. And usually they have like really futuristic and grand things, or it's very like subtle. Like most elves actually put their ashes in biodegradable things and then plant them the trees come from. This is a very
how you get
classical, ancient. That's a thing now. Very classical, ancient mausoleums sort of style graves.
Oh,
pretty bland, and
the architecture looks more like it's from Gothopolis. That is a place.
A necropolis is definitely a thing. I know that much.
And I will show you
a city
what one
of
of
the
them
dead.
looks like. There are.
I can just see their poster card now. We're dying
It
to
does
have
not
you.
say. Yeah, that's like what one of them looks like.
Yes.
Okay.
I thought there was like a creepy face in the door for just a moment on that picture.
I don't think so.
No, there's not.
I sincerely hope she's not there, because that would mean she's dead.
Or that she's very much alive. And that she...
No, sorry. That was for
What did I
Simon's
just mean?
window. That was for Simon's window. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't catch Simon's window because it's off on my side, but that's okay. Okay. No, but it's very possible that it's not that she is dead, but her body is being kept. Imagine, if you will, somebody being interred well before they were dead. They would be in a cold, dark place.
Yeah.
Like a coffin or a tomb.
Is her last name Amontillado?
Oh, jeez.
I mean, it did feel like that. It was very constraining.
Almost like you couldn't move. Almost like you could barely move because you were kept boxed in.
Yeah.
Probably could hear your voice and have just barely enough air. It's starting to track now, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess so. We should check it out, right? Yes? Yes?
I think it's very important that we do that right now.
I'm making sure to pack plenty of bottled waters because you want to stay hydrated. And he's already grabbing a cooler and just putting random stuff in.
At this point, Ruby comes back and sort of disheveled. Looks like she's taken her jacket off and rolled up her sleeves. Okay, security's fine. Apparently, they fried the security system. Some jackass apparently knows his way around our protocols, Professor. So we're gonna have to fix that. But Cameras are back up. It's working now. It's janky, and he's like, "What? Did you do the weird backup thing?" And she's like, "Yes, I fucked with your wiring. Like, I did what I can. I am not as proficient at machines as you are, Professor. I do what I can to keep you and these lovely people safe."
That's
and
all
she
we
sort
can.
of sits down, and you guys are aware she's probably been awake for close to 24 hours at this point, because you guys have been in the machine for several hours now. And you know that she was up late the night before working on these machines and then would not rest while you guys were in the machine while guarding your vulnerable bodies. She sort of pulls up a chair and just slouches down, and the professor's like, so if you guys are going on a road trip, I can loan you a company car, I guess, or you guys could probably afford like plane tickets or train, or I mean, I don't know. I don't know your personal spending habits, but you might be able to afford a teleport spell.
GM?
Mm-hmm.
Here's a question for you.
Yep.
This seems like a very important moment in Ranger Command's point of view.
Mm-hmm.
And while not everybody is under Henshin lines, I would say that perhaps, as I pull up the document, this might be an opportunity to use a specific protocol. I was wondering, would it be okay for me to use, I'm trying to find the name of it here, either V1 or protocol, where the hell is it? Okay, A3. One of those two.
Okay, so A3, you don't think it would get to that. You remember from so you remember from Henshin history from in the academy. A3 allows for the deputizing of temporary rangers in emergencies and can create temporary points.
I'm trying to find the one that says we can take us onto the teleportation grid.
Okay. Yeah, the one that does that is A2.
A2.
It's possible. It's very rarely done because it's not It's not a true teleportation circle. It's a little bit of something else.
Yes.
So in areas where planar travel is blocked, this might not be. It might be, but you also kind of got the idea that Nocturne might want to keep it on the DL. But you know, there are plenty of places where you can, plenty of individuals that you can go to that do cast teleportation magic for fees or whatnot, and you might be able to get a discount because you're Henshin.
That if I don't think A2 is something that I can get by on, because like he said, Nocturne suggested that he can't do anything, but he certainly can't tell me that I can't do anything.
The thing is, you'd have to get approval to do that, and you're kind of supposed to be on your own in this.
No, and that's fine. I just want to make sure I'm understanding
properly. We can teleport though. It's not like a big deal.
Teleport? What are you talking about? To go out on a road, to stay together, cramped in a car, someone needing to go to the bathroom every 10 minutes.
You wouldn't like get the tour bus?
Popper.
The professor is like, there are like 7 of you. I have like a van that seats 10. That might be better.
I could bring my friend's mixtape.
So I'm already starting to use my my connection to the grid to start seeing who I have in line nearest us right now, like literally the fastest place before this goes any further.
Okay.
I'm frantically pulling up a playlist.
All the rap songs are just about spaghetti.
Oh, what? You're not listening to Bone Thugs and Harmony?
So, you know that there are... Oh, shit, I wrote this stuff down. Let's see if I can actually use any of this.
Yay!
Give me a second. I can cannibalize shit from, the other game.
Yes.
Let's ghoul it up. Or gashed it up.
Whoa.
She said cannibalize.
Oh, yeah.
No, my whole internet feed just froze there. Like I got no audio for a full 10 seconds.
Oh, weird.
I will say, favorite zombie movie: Return of the Living Dead. So good.
Is that the OG one or the newer one?
No. It's the punk one from like 1985.
The one with the blue skin zombies?
No.
No,
I'm talking about it.
Is it a
Look
Romero?
up Return of the Living Dead. It's not Romero. It's supposed to be based off Romero. It's more terrifying zombies, but it also has a very heavy punk rock vibe.
Punk zombies. Oh.
Yeah. The entire soundtrack is punk.
Punkies.
But I highly recommend it.
This one isn't strictly zombies,
Hey,
but
you're not
if
eating
you want
that,
to see
are
some
you?
great early 2000s cheese, Queen of the Damned is a great vampire movie.
Scooby-Doo Zombie Island.
That, yes. That, yes.
Terror Time Again is best Scooby-Doo song I've heard.
Terror Time Again isn't bad, and the voice acting in that was phenomenal. And at the addition of the secondary bad guys, A+.
Yes.
Although I was never a fan of Sleepwalkers. Sorry, GM.
You're fine. So you know that there is a sort of looking through. Oh shit! Hang on. I also have the stuff for Red Annie here. There's so many. I have so many notes here. Like it's.
I know
insane.
you sent a bunch of them to me.
We're totally
you
not
don't
going
even
to
know.
get.
My
You
man, like,
should see all the fucking notes she sends to everybody.
We're going to get to that graveyard, and we're going to read the signs and be like, all the tombstones say 1s and 0s. Oh no, this is the Machine War graveyard. And they're just like circuitry.
It's just really old, outdated computers.
Floppy drive.
It's a Unix system. I know this.
okay, so you know of two individuals that would probably work. There is a Mara Ballard. She is a quirky individual that is sometimes helpful to Henshin Command and happens to have a teleportation circle on the back of her mobile truck.
Wow.
It is basically like a passenger bus sort of thing that she has converted into a mobile library. And on the roof of it is a teleportation circle that she does occasionally rent out when she is currently parked. And for the moment, she is parked in Neoradamy. You do also know there is a one in that's used by the Knights of the Grid occasionally. Their headquarters is probably about 15-minute walk or so from where you guys are now.
15-minute walk versus going to search for a van on the go.
Well, like it's she usually has like a spot. The van is, she literally moves from city to city, from mega city to mega city. When she's here, she has like a lot that she parks in.
But where is that lot relative to a 15-minute walk?
It's about 15 minutes to the Knights of the Grid and maybe about 10 minutes in the other direction.
I don't know, the city...
The professor is like, you could also like, you could get a train, you could get a plane. The plane is sort of like pulling it
in
up.
this economy.
I think it's an 8-hour trip there.
Do we have time to go do this? I mean, I know we're looking for the anarchists.
The professor's like, well, for what it's worth, I mean, you guys got some data. Which, by the way, I'm going to assume, Simon, that you gave the professor that key fob. When you came back, you did actually find that key fob, or that USB in your hands, Simon.
Yes.
And I think one or two of you got like loot that you found in the virtual world that is on your person. It is in your hand when you come to. So I think Daiyo had like a boar tusk tooth or something. Or no, Lyra had that.
Lyra.
Yeah.
Imagine how horribly great it would be if I stayed in Corgi Avatar. It's just a perma
You loot in the
polymorph.
game, you loot in real life.
Oh
Turns
my
out it's
god, you
some-
can download a pizza!
Turns out it's something like The Fly, and he's just this horrible.
God damn it.
He's a dog skeleton or something like that.
Yeah, Bark
Oh.
Lee.
Alright, well, okay, so you guys don't have to come, but I want to see where this goes.
Are you kidding? Of course I'm coming, buddy, old pal. As a bony arm goes around you.
She puts one arm around you too. She has 4 arms, by the way.
Yes.
Okay. This is like, well, I mean, I think
Professor's
that,
like, well, for what it's worth, it's going to take me a couple of days to go through this data and figure out what all he was doing. And
Also, I hear this is really big on the net. Is having a vlog road trip.
Planes
Actually, yeah, no.
sound wonderful right now.
yeah, let's take the plane.
Also,
I would like to take a nap. That would be very nice.
Professor, I think that means you have 8
just
hours.
open road. You know,
3
windows
days in
down,
a
nice
car with
breeze
Bart.
coming in.
Literally every other option.
But last time we took a public transport, we ended up in another dimension.
I mean, that's
Yeah,
always going to
let's
be a
let's
risk.
just-
That's just kind of the die you have
Let's
to roll.
take a
But
plane. I don't want to teleport.
Okay.
let's look at it. Let's look at it this way. It's mixtape or horrors from beyond the dimension. I'm gonna take the dimension.
The funny thing is, Voxhart, you have no idea what the fuck they're talking about going to another dimension on public transit. As far as you know, it doesn't work that way. I'm gonna assume you have not had time to watch, God damn it,
I've watched
Bark's
a clip or
entire
two.
library.
Barkley
Yeah.
pulls out his phone and he texts one of the other players on the team and says, "Sorry, Mac, I don't think anyone wants to listen to your mixtape." Sad face.
Oh.
His name is Big Mac.
Oh.
Damn it.
His cloud of sound is just too dense for me, my friend.
You would know, since apparently everyone knows who Barkley is. His whole entire team are Restless, so they're all skeletons.
Yeah.
There's just a sad skeleton somewhere. And he's like, oh.
So imagine Shaq, but he's a skeleton.
Yeah.
And that's Big Mac.
Aw.
Yeah, I figured you were the Neo-Rotomy Bone Trotters, so...
The Jolly Rogers.
So
Yeah, sure.
So for what it's worth, and just by totals and how much it would be and everything, if you were to take a van, it would only cost you guys 20 gold in like gas and tolls and whatnot, but it would take 3 or 4 days depending on how long you're driving. The train would take one like full day. It would be like an 18-hour ride or so, and that's 10 gold each. A plane ticket would probably be about 25 gold each and would take 8 hours. And the teleportation one is obviously instant, but it's 500 total. 500 for all of you.
How much time would we save on the car ride if someone doesn't need to sleep? Someone that needs no rest.
You could probably
Why
cut
not
it in
just
half.
take a fucking train?
We don't have any money.
I'll
I mean,
pay for it. Just
Let's-
jeez, my god.
We can take a plane. I can cover myself and one other. Which will obviously be the Solar Lady because she is my charge at this
I was
moment.
pretty sure you guys got a lot of money, didn't you?
Yeah, we have plenty of money. I don't know where you spent it all.
I don't know why, but I only. Oh, that's probably because I bought a bunch of shit.
I have 4,000.
Did I
Oh,
ever get paid? Like,
I've only got like 200 on me.
I
I
know.
don't think I showed up
Let's
when
take
I got
the train.
paid to get paid.
Let's take the train, and I'll bring my video game console because I have way too many games, and we need to play
You
'em.
went to the Lyra. You went to the to Dark Radix with them, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you guys all got paid like a decent amount. I will say that with whatever you got paid, you can afford it because I don't think any of you bought magic items other than Sammi.
Yeah, and I can afford it, so you can afford it too.
25 gold. 25 gold is not that much. I have starter gold, guys, and I can afford it. Come on.
Don't be stingy.
I see you. I see you, Scotty.
I did
Choo-choo.
buy that. I did buy that earring of disguise.
Oh, that's right, you did, yeah.
All right, okay, well, take my plane.
What?
What?
Yeah. Okay. That
Okay.
tracks. Because of course the fucking Jolly Rogers have a plane.
You actively see Voxhart hearing that as he's still like kind of just focusing on Sammi, turn to you and just go, because he can't emote with his face through the helmet, so
I can't emote either. I'm a skull.
So iconic of the way everyone responds to Bark. It's amazing.
So what kind of champagne should we bring?
Kool-Aid.
Oh, that one's a great one. Goes great with the spaghetti.
Oh my god.
Well, if we are all together on this, I suppose we'll head to Mr. Lee's plane.
I need to go home and maybe change and water my plants, check on a few things before we leave.
Yeah.
If we're going to be going for a while, like maybe it might behoove us to go, prepare. Just saying.
Probably a good idea. Let's how about we meet up tomorrow morning, right?
Yes. Let's get a fresh start bright and early in the morning.
Yes.
All right, as you will it.
Hello, Pupper.
I will say, Voxhart, you definitely.
Oh, I'm tagging on Sammi.
Oh, okay. You do have probably a small apartment in the city, unless you would prefer to have a room at Henshin Ranger Command. So it's up to you. Or you could just sleep on Sammy's couch like everyone does. That's all.
Well, I'm probably going to suggest that if I'm to protect you, Sammi, I'm sorry. Solar Lady, or do you prefer Sammi?
Either one's fine.
All right.
I have no preference.
Sammi, then. Sammi, going back to your apartment will probably lead to more of those. So perhaps we could find somewhere else for at least tonight before taking the plane in the morning.
Universe.
Hmm?
How much would it cost to get everybody into a club?
No! Stop it!
The club can't even handle us right now.
No! I am dying! I have 10 hit points left. Stop it!
Yeah.
And he is dying of boredom.
What better way to freshen up than by
No.
getting down?
I mean, it depends. Bark's been to lots of places. There are free clubs where you pay for the drinks and that's it. And then there are clubs where you gotta pay like an entry fee of
Wait,
like
there's clubs.
35, 50
There's clubs
gold.
that are free.
Yeah, it's usually like it's free to get the door, and then the drinks cost like 20 gold.
Oh,
No, he's
only
not savvy enough to get all that. He just pays for everybody all the time and they take advantage of it.
Yeah, probably.
Well, when baller's gonna ball.
20 gold. That must be some horrible drinks.
Make me lose my candle lid with that.
I was about to say, like Vox is Spider-Man and I'm Iron Man. I'm just like throwing money, and you're just like, please.
Please,
my
just have
favorite
justice in your heart, not cash.
You ever feel like maybe just Parker runs around with his Spider-Man hood just like hung out, like just in case
I'm
he
like-
drops random coin?
Probably.
Oh, sorry. That's my alarm. I'm having flashbacks to campaign 1 when Rhymn first encountered our dumbasses for the first time and just the like, what did I get myself into?
Yes.
And like hers immediately was like, so what's your deal? How are you doing? Like, what's your background? Tell me everything about your life right now.
And he's just standing there like a big silent red tree trunk with a giant spider robot the size and temperament of a Labrador.
Yo.
And then they got married,
Yo,
and
Kappa. We need the plane up by tomorrow morning, and we gotta make sure. And like Barkley's like on the phone doing like somehow being like manager stuff, where he's like, no. See, we gotta have fresh broccoli on the thing. Just talk about random stupid crap that doesn't matter.
The engines don't run on that stale shit, man.
You put the broccoli next to the main dish. That's
What do you mean we don't have buttermilk ranch? Just ranch? We need buttermilk ranch.
Is
Milk.
this the B plane? Like you're not using your high-end plane, so you're using the B plane, and you have to put all the B words into it.
Yes.
That's just the B-ball plane.
That's what it is now. It's just a giant basketball that spins.
Like Gamera?
Yeah.
It's got to go to that great court in the sky.
This is got progressively weirder. Like I'm imagining it was like so it went from being like a Boeing to being like a Boeing with a basketball for a cockpit. To now it's just like a basketball-sized ship that spins in place like a fucking UFO, like little like just fire jets, right? And
It's
for
like
some reason, there's
like
a turtle with
smaller
tusks.
version of the Death Star, but orange.
Yeah, exactly. That's no moon. That's just Barkley.
The moon didn't get better.
It only flies in like the zero gravity simulator planes. So it
We've
always
killed
bounces.
Lluis.
Shall we get going, or are we just gonna stick around here?
Barkley doesn't need to sleep for the poor fools there on the other line, on end of the line.
You're killing Daiyo. Daiyo's a fish. He doesn't like the sky.
Oh, make sure we're able to bring the jacuzzi there. Yeah, no, you heard me right. We're gonna have a fish on board.
Rude.
You gotta watch out for sky sharks.
Simon's gonna
be a
go to his
SWAT
room.
brand jacuzzi. For anybody who got that deep cut, I am proud of you.
What, I didn't hear you. What
I said
kind
it better be a Splot brand jacuzzi. You know, a jacuzzi Splot.
Sorry, I didn't get that one. I'm sorry.
of-
No, it's
that's
fine.
a-
It's fine.
That's a really.
Yeah, you cut on me on that, Simon, but yeah, I believe you. Yes, it is a deep cut.
All right.
It's just.
Are we going, or is this just we're just hanging out?
I'm filling Kevin in on what's happening.
Actually, this might be a good spot for like after tonight.
It's got a bathroom.
Shut up.
Of course it has a bathroom.
He's yelling to take the free bus that it has a bathroom.
Oh.
The free bus would take so fucking long.
It would be like 4 or 5 days. You got it.
So, as Bark is continuing on the phone, I'm now trying to like push Sammi toward the door. Like it's a gentle nudge at the small of the back because again, you stand terribly high, so I have to reach up anyway. Like I'm imagining the small of your back is around where my antlers start on my helmet.
Yeah.
I'm like, can we?
She also has giant wings.
Oh yeah, no. I'm trying not to touch the wings because I understand that can harm a moth. So,
Also, you probably end up covered in like dust scales.
That. I'm in my suit, but I don't want to deal with Silverwind. Yeah, good. I got a joke out of there. So yeah, I'm gonna try and start nudging Sammi. Like, can we like figure this out on the go? You are gonna die.
Ah, what?
Is that a threat?
No.
What?
It's looking at her.
Oh, right. Here. I hand you one of my last potions of healing. While I'm on the phone.
Oh, thank you.
Is that a potion of healing, or is it one of yours?
I have 2 of mine, and for some reason I have 1 normal one.
Okay. Just give her pure necrotic damage. There you go.
It's 2d4 plus 2, Aya.
Okay.
Professor,
I
where
want
do
to say
keep
you
your
were
broom?
handed it so that you could take it back into the virtual world with you.
That reminds me, just forget the champagne. Let's get some bottled potions of healing. We're adventurers now. We gotta drink like adventurers. Adventurers drink potions of healing, right? Yeah. Let's just get bottled potions of healing.
Where do you keep the broom?
In the closet.
He just sort of points. He's already going through those files from the chemist, apparently.
You don't have an army of Broombas?
I mean, the dust is 3 inches thick. It's going to break them.
That's why I said an army. Yes.
I'm trying to imagine what a Roomba
The
broom
Roomba
would
gets
look like.
1 foot in and it's full. Another foot in and it's full. I mean, like...
You know Mo from Wally? Remember him?
Yeah.
That's kind of what, just like a fleet of those little guys, and they're all really upset about the load here.
Oh,
Like,
the
they
like
look at it
mouse
and they're like,
droids.
Yeah, I was about to say, are they mouse droids?
Mao.
I mean, basically, yeah. Those were a thing in campaign 1. They're a thing here.
hell yeah.
Do a bunch of Modrons show up, or are they too low tech?
Oh, they're Modrons. Yeah.
Modrons don't usually. Modrons are intelligent enough that they're not like used as a vacuum cleaner. They do serve in Henshin command quite
but the ground isn't fitting that specific order of law that it's supposed to be at.
Oh my god!
No.
Sorry, go ahead.
On second thought, Professor, do you have a snow shovel?
This is also in the closet.
Gotcha. Start clearing a path.
Do you have a dimensional dustbin?
He actually Ruby leads you off to the side, and you find like a full on it's the cleaning supply stuff, but also like full on a lot of heavy machinery and things for building all manner of shit. Considering that they built those chairs like in 3 days to try and get all of you to jack in.
I'm just gonna take the shovel.
Is there like one of those shop? They have
take a load off.
One of those. Do they have one of those big wet, dry shop vacs?
Yes. The professor's sort of like, so, are you guys gonna sleep on the plane, or are you gonna, I mean, you could all, I guess, bunk up in one of your apartments, or I don't know. I guess you could get a hotel for the night.
We should probably all sleep in the same apartment, because, no offense, but I don't trust Coral Head here.
In my apartment, we can make tea and play board games. Anyway.
That sounds lovely, yes!
That does sound delightful, but I do need to stop by my spot for a moment and check on my plants and clothes. But I will see you later.
Yeah.
Where's your apartment? You're not in the same building as us, are you?
Voxhart is not, no.
No, not Voxhart.
No, Lyra.
Actually, yeah, no, Lyra, you would have been offered a apartment in the building when you got the position. You don't have to take it, but when he hired you, he did offer you an apartment in the building.
Okay. But she probably had an apartment before that she is
That's
attached to. So,
then you can be off-site, yeah.
Do you guys want to go to it?
Yes!
Sure.
Okay.
Meanwhile, the shop vac robots are all like this.
Where do you find these?
It did cut off the end when he falls over.
Yeah, he falls off sideways. I know.
And that's when Crypto has to pick him back up, move him as he's still shuffling.
Let's go.
We're gonna go. Then starts pushing people out of here because otherwise we'll be here forever.
And to answer that question, I have proficiency and at least a +3 on computers.
I will say, quickly enough, you guys managed to start most of the cleanup in the lab. You guys make it back to your respective apartments and water your plants and get a handful of clothes for however long a trip this is going to be. And
how much would it cost to go to a nightclub for the night?
Oh Lord, he is about this life, huh?
Commitment to character is
You don't want to hang out and play board games?
Yeah, dude!
Man.
I mean, he can do whatever the hell he wants.
You just see him yeah, let's go to the nightclub, and he's just all dressed up like frat boy, and he's got the shutter shades, and flat cap, and you just go inside the building, and it's just this big empty warehouse except for one table, and they just get a D&D set up. Yeah!
Hell yes. I am about this life.
You know what?
I mean, we did
Club
say we
life's
want
not
to
so
play
bad.
D&D, and Sammi does have really old retro D&D books.
Oh, we did say that, didn't we?
Anyway, how much would it cost for me to party all night?
Mark doesn't need to sleep, so...
How high end are you going?
How? Nah. No one has really joined me, so probably not too far.
Okay, you could probably have a good night on 15 gold.
Okay.
It's definitely not the cushiest place you've ever seen, but it's comfy. It's good music. Fun people. Drinks that you assume taste good. You don't really get much of a taste from them.
I don't stream just because I assume that they'll probably have no streaming rules at clubs.
A lot of them do, yeah. Some do, some don't. We'll say this one does have that.
I could see maybe one or two other pricks that they're like, just like, yo, we're at the party. Woo.
And is he like, oh, those guys?
Yeah.
Constantly streaming. Oh my god.
Just completely oblivious.
So, question to the players. Would you prefer that I have a quick RP scene for Sammi? We can do it now, or we can just do it next time, because I don't...
I'm fine if we do it now.
I want to do it. That's it.
I say we should do it now.
Yes.
So, where do you guys land before you go to sleep? Where does Sammi fall asleep? Because that's the important one, because it's for her.
Probably Lyra's place, because that's what we agreed on.
Yeah, that's...
Oh, sorry. The dog just gave me a drive-by licking. I have my hands folded under the table, and he's just like, shove the nose in them.
Worst Twinari gang ever.
Although I think I will summon Bork, so he's there.
Oh,
okay.
I'm having issues, and I need my support dog, please. Bork is my laser dog.
So who is going to sleep at Lyra's?
Simon will.
Vox will.
Okay, so everybody but Sports Hooligan and maybe Crypto.
Can I describe Lyra's apartment real quick?
Yes, please.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Lyra has a gigantic apartment. And it's like it got high ceilings and like plants everywhere. And like it's really bohemian, and it's got it's minimalistic and bohemian and it's got like drapes everywhere and like a spiral staircase going up, and her bedroom is just like plants and glow in the dark stars on the ceiling, and like plants in her bed's on the ground, and it's really nice and made up. Anyway, it's just really nice. And I just wanted to get it out
That's why I love RP games, because wish fulfillment can be done here, and I believe that's your dream apartment, is it not?
It absolutely is, and Lyra gets to have that because she's a prodigy, and she actually has sold a lot of books. So
nice.
Nobody knows this.
Simon is like low-key falling in love with the apartment, because honestly, like it's like his but better pointed, because he's only got a few plants in a small apartment, but damn it, he's got them.
She lived on the streets for a really long time, so she likes to appreciate what she has.
Aya, there is a message in chat for you.
So yeah, at some point, Simon will definitely brag on the place and tell you how it reminds him of home.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
I had an idea, but if you want to do something else, that's fine.
Okay. We'll see what that idea is, because yeah. So you guys finally crash, doze off. Sammi, you fall into a deep sleep, and you start to feel like in the middle of the night you wake up, and then you realize, oh, okay, no, this is a dream. You're dreaming of getting up and sitting at a computer, and looking at the computer, you're looking at files, and you're assuming you're dreaming of what you found in the virtual world, of the files that this chemist had.
Mm-hmm.
And you click on one, and the title of the document, or the title of this file, is VM file quiet moments. And it opens up to a video of an empty room before a sort of tan and graying furred Wunari sort of walks into frame with a slight limp. She looks exhausted. Her fur is wet, probably from like a shower. There is a heavy bandage over one eye. She sort of sits down on a chair. Hey, Vina, honey. You know, when your mom and I were kids, we like to go out to this honeysuckle field in Redami. Well, I guess it's old Redami now. we'd go camping, and oh my god, your mom hated it. It was always too cold or too hot or not enough junk food, and definitely too quiet, always too quiet. But right now I find myself missing those quiet moments. She sort of like tenderly rubs the edge of where that bandage is. I'm sure you've seen the file titled Machine War, so you know what this is. We're a few weeks into it now, and well, today wasn't a great one. I mean, I guess it never is anymore, but I lost a lot of good soldiers today, including a sweet Rye girl that reminded me too much of you. Anyway, like I was saying, when your mom and I were kids, we would go out to this field and we'd camp there, and we'd lay in the grass and behind the honeysuckle bushes, and we'd talk about what we thought our destiny was. And she always said that she was going to be the biggest star that ever lived, that she was going to move mountains with her music. And I said that I didn't know what my destiny was, but that one day it would be revealed to me and I'd be an amazing hero. And I guess we were right. Hertz did move mountains. And her singing shook cities to their foundations. And I helped save the world. We all did. And I came here. Well, these days I could use a lot more of those quiet moments from back when we were kids. Not to wonder what my destiny is, but to look back at my legacy. I miss you, all of you dearly. You and your mom and your dad and my siblings and I mean everybody. But I know this is where we're supposed to be. This is where Yost and me are meant to be. This is where you're meant to be even. We've got a purpose here. And mine and Yost is to stop this war, apparently, to save our home and to keep you and all the other innocent people of Radix safe. I don't know what your destiny is yet. And you probably won't for a while. I don't know exactly how long. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is that our destiny isn't always clear to us. And that's okay. But sometimes it helps to just lie in the grass and smell the honeysuckle and stare at the clouds with your friends and open yourself up to the will of Alpha Z, to the spirits of the grid of the universe. You got a place in this world. You just got to find it. And I'll be watching you from the grid when you do find whatever your destiny is. In the distance, you hear like the muffled sound of what sounds like an explosion or something, and the camera shakes for a half second, and she sort of sighs and stands, her limp a little less noticeable now. Destiny calls, Josefina. I love you, baby. And the video cuts out. And we'll pick up there next time.
Not crying, you're crying.
Oh.
I wonder what that was about.
Sammi is now very clearly aware. She doesn't know who this person is. You're thinking you probably just saw a memory of Lunar Nights. Which hasn't happened before. And we'll see how Sammi deals with that realization when we pick up next time. I'm sorry. It was too perfect of an emotional moment to not end on.
I know. I was like, guys, we gotta go. I was so excited. I was like, ah!
See, this is where you would have that narration going, but then there's like another sad scene going on in the background that has no audio, and that just over top of it.
It's Lyra. She's tucking in everybody.
It's Barkley alone at the club, and now that he's alone without anybody, he's actually sad.
So sad. Stop this.
You can come to her house. Just come to her house.
Stop this. We're all friends here.
I'm joking, by the way. Barkley's having the time of his life.
We'll pick up next time.
But he's not alive.
Exactly.
When you guys go to a graveyard in Old Red Emmy. Before we end, shoutouts. Bob, what do you got going on?
Oh, hey, I'm Bob Skerry VOA on Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. I'm trying to hit that professional panhandler status, so if anybody enjoyed watching what little I did tonight, and hopefully more in the future, you can swing by my channel there. You can also check me out at my website if you want to check out my character, narration, and promotion demos, and know that you can hire me. I also am currently doing the first wave of invites to start my own game on Friday nights called Friday Night Fiasco. And I've actually gotten the blessing from the people at Bully Pulpit. So I'm going to be doing 2 versions of the game for that first season. So if you're interested in learning more about Fiasco, go check them out, or feel free to slide me a DM.
Yep. Next up, let's see. Jesse, what you got going on?
Not a whole lot else besides this Sunday we've got on this channel the Waterdeep game.
Yeah.
What, 9 in the morning?
I'm trying to remember what the fuck is going on in that game.
10 Eastern.
Well, 10 Eastern.
Are we actually maybe
Central.
going to try and figure out what the fuck is with the Rings of Winter?
I
Maybe?
think
we never know what we're doing because Patience always throws in some cue ball.
We got some really heavy information from I think the Black Staff last week.
Yeah.
So we have to figure out what we're gonna. Oh right, we got to figure out what we're doing about this cleric of Bane that is suddenly all buddy with our orphan friends.
Right.
And the pissed off wizards that are sending ice devils and bearded devils or whatever the hell that is.
Yep.
So that's a fun time.
Yeah. Lluis, what have you got going on?
Like always, if you want to see some cool art, you can follow me on Twitter. And check out my Patreon if you, want to see a topless Minotaur.
Yeah, if you want the loot art, you go to Patreon.
Yeah.
Possibly Pinterest too. Who knows?
Did somebody say loot?
Callie, what you got going on?
You can follow me on at Captain Callie on Twitter, or Capt Callie. I don't know why I say Captain Callie every time. I'm doing $8 commissions right now through the end of November, and November's ending is coming up, and I won't be able to do it in December because I got too much going on. So please commission me if you want. I also have regular commissions open. I changed my commission sheet, so it's different prices. Also, yeah, I'm in that game on Sunday.
Yeah.
Which one?
I'm in those games on Sunday.
All of them.
All of
Every
the games.
single one.
I will probably tell you about Dungeon Academy. So. Anyway, thanks.
Also for Callie's art, if you watch the Wednesday game that Scotty's gonna talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Reese, you got anything?
Yeah, you had fun.
Okay.
You had fun tonight. It's pretty much.
Your dice rolls are terrible to you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to ground that one.
Yeah, we got.
Oh yeah, what you got going on?
Well, every Sunday I play on Dungeon Academy with Callie. We're coming up to the end of our Rod of Seven Hearts epic.
Wow.
So we're in hell right now, and that's really fun. I have a feeling it's gonna get emotional a little bit there too, so you might want to tune into that. That's a Power Score RPGs channel at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. I play a very sweet little gnome there. So.
Oh, I can't wait to meet Lilia at some point. She's adorable.
God, if we play any D&D game, that's who I'm bringing to the table because I want everybody to meet her. Also, if you see me at PAX Unplugged in 2 weeks, I'm going to be walking around and I have little Lilia pins. So if you want one of them, they're super cute, and I'll be selling them. So if you want it, I'll talk to me and I'll give you the goods.
For me, pretty much this. Tomorrow is Trackless Sea, where, I mean, I guess we won because we didn't die, but the Baron got his brain scrambled a little bit and is lost in the plains, and we don't know where he is. And Nicobolus got away. And yeah, it's. I mean, we're not dead. We're not dead, and Nicole isn't a god. So yay. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. I don't know what the hell we're gonna do from here. Yeah. That's my stuff. Scotty.
Okay, I'll make this real quick. So tomorrow, 3:00 will be, hopefully, we've been missing quite a few weeks, our Acquisitions Incorporated game where I may or may not be playing a new player because last time we played, my kobold died.
Wait, you're going to be a new player because I'm pretty sure that you're new character.
New character. Anyway, yeah. So, and then at 7:00 tomorrow on this channel will be the Trackless Sea, as mentioned before. I have no idea what the players are going to do next, so that'll be fun.
Good, we don't either.
We're going to have a split between going through one character who has 1 intelligence and 1 charisma, and the rest of the party. So that'll be fun. Then, Sundays, the Rain, Misrule, Waterdeep campaigns. That's my stuff.
Yeah.
Oh wait, sorry. That's right. I was going to say Wednesday. So every Wednesday, at 7:00, we run Descent into Avernus campaign, which has been properly named To Hell We Ride. The group is in Hell. They're in the falling city of El Toro. And they might have run into some minotaurs and devils and demons and stuff, so we'll see where it goes from there next Wednesday.
If you see, like, 15 abyssal chickens.
And most importantly...
Don't be alarmed.
Most importantly, all the characters had all of their artwork done by a certain Callie. So if you want to see her work in action,
good.
There you go.
I also did the art for Furry Road.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that.
Forgot about your own game.
Well, yeah. Lluis, where might we see this Furry Road?
And when?
It's on Thursdays.
I
don't know what time it's there.
What time zone? What time zone?
What time
for
zone
you?
is it for you? And we can convert it.
4:30 EST.
4:30 EST on Fracture Moon channel.
Yes.
We run a Retroverse game where everybody is furry.
Own it. Yeah.
Just live your truth.
I'm excited. I have to watch it. I have to catch up. I'm behind on so many people's streams. Yeah.
I don't get why that's weird.
So we'll see you guys next time. Ciao.
Bye-bye.